Hello, Jamie.
Hey, Scrump. How are you, buddy?
Good. And yourself?
Good, thanks. You had a good weekend?
Yes, very good weekend.
Good.
Good evening.
Hey,
Hey,
Wongo.
Wongo.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Oh, he has to think about it.
So it's always those hard questions, right? I think I'll have to... Looks like my bill shed's not working.
Which one?
All of them.
I don't know which one to put down, but I'm not getting the trigger to get the bills out.
Well, getting it in an hours.
Can't even see the amount that's in there.
Can you see the trigger?
Nope.
Oh, your trigger's underground, probably.
Are you sure that it's on your land, not on the border of another piece of land?
No, I'm not sure. It's probably not on my land, no.
That's why you can't see the triggers or what's in it.
Alright, I didn't know that.
That's what happened on Aussie No Man's with one I placed. I placed it right on the border, and it was fine. And then when we played the following week, I couldn't see any triggers.
Okay, I didn't know that.
It reset. You got to keep those triggers away from the border and borders of your property.
So it doesn't matter if I reconnect then. Not gonna make a difference then.
No.
Well, you should be able to see how many. No, should be able to see how many bales is in it.
Nah, it's not showing that either.
No, it won't show you, but visually.
Yeah, I can see them
represent the
visually.
bales.
Yeah.
Right. What sort of bales are they, and how many?
Good question. All silage, but well, I can.
Yeah,
You can count them.
I,
That's what I did.
I can count them, but I can look at the bale counter and the fast baler. Then I know
the other thing you
amount.
could do is buy that piece of land that it's on. We can do that with easy devs.
Can't.
I don't
Empty
know if you
that
can.
shed.
It doesn't buy. I'm trying here now.
It's not a viable land.
Oh dear.
Oh, bother.
So all we can do,
All right, bill
the
counter
bales.
273.
Right, all we can do is spawn in 273 silage bales for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we
Get
try and
this one out
delete
of the
that
way.
building.
Yeah.
See if you can delete that building. Or Jamie, have you logged on as admin? Go over there and see if you can delete it.
Just going to try here now.
Well, I can sell it. No, I cannot sell it. I can only see it.
So you can't delete it either with the delete key?
Nope.
Yep. Okay, so what I suggest is we spawn in the 278 bales. You stick a bale shed in front of that one, making sure it's on your property.
Yeah, I'll have to put it way more over here then.
Yep. And forget about that bale shed, because it won't matter.
Good evening.
Hey, what?
Good evening, Wonko.
Hey, mate.
Having a mare here with volume. Are you having mares with bales?
Yeah, my own mistake, I guess. I thought that belonged to my field, but it doesn't.
And see, with
All right,
place anywhere,
overhead
you
should
can
be good.
place it anywhere. And that's what happened to me on Aussie No Man's. Put the bale shed too close to the border.
Yeah, it won't let me delete or anything even as it been.
Right, yeah, because
It's in
no
nowhere.
one owns it. Net.
It's
Yep,
in...
no one owns it. So you can't do anything with it. Part of the map. But I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh,
I wouldn't
it's
worry about it.
decoration now then.
Yes.
Well, that's right. It is. Just make sure you put it definitely on your land, and you'll be fine. Jamie, are you able to spawn in the bales for him after he places the shed?
Yeah, I'm under his farm here now. I'm just...
When you stand in front of the shed, make sure you're far enough away, and they'll automatically go in. They're the small round bales.
Yeah. Parish Councillor Wonko forgot to jump out of his tractor before he easy dabbed over.
It's been one of them days.
I was standing here and a Ford 7810 just appeared right out of the targets in front of me.
Long drive back, Wonko.
Oh, well, yeah, possibly.
No,
It's
he's
not
here
far
with
from
his
here.
wrapper. He's ready to work.
This is the one here, Wonko, down by me that... See, he placed it and filled it, but it's on non-buyable land.
Yeah. Yeah. A bit of a mistake to me.
It
I've
is.
done it.
I didn't know.
I've done it. Don't worry.
In fairness, most maps that wouldn't be possible. I thought you were this weekend, Scrumph. Didn't I see you were camping?
Yes, that's correct. Had a good weekend, definitely. Very good.
Good. Well, I'll leave you boys to it. Pass
you.
council inspection.
Yeah, you brought your tractor over. All good.
What color were they, Trump? Whites?
I think so. Yeah.
Can you walk up to that and tell me if you can see? Did that go in?
Yeah, I got triggers now. I got triggers and it went in as well. 1 billion. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to spam the key here for a few minutes and we'll see how many we got.
Just be careful they don't land on the roof, mate,
No, that's why I did.
because you're very close.
Yeah, no, that's why I asked him. It's spawning, it's going in.
They're spawning at roof height. Yep.
Oh, I never filled my shed this fast before.
No.
No, it's only a couple more hits of the button to go, Jamie.
I'm not counting.
No, you'll have to keep an eye out. What'd you say, 278?
273.
273. Can you see how many's in there? From
It's
where you stand?
42 now.
Right.
Yeah, so. So, Wonko, you're not going to clad your buildings in vinyl siding?
Yeah, I think I'll give that one a miss, thanks. Mental, that is. I mean, you have to try. You have to have, in most cases, malicious intent to set fire to cedar cladding, for argument's sake.
Yeah.
It's vinyl. You could just put a hairdryer on it and 2 minutes later it'll be on fire.
Yeah, it's good fire lighting material, that stuff.
I will be right back. If you watch my stream, you can see the count, Jamie. It's on 108 now. I will be right back.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on his stream, mate.
Okay.
You could spam it. But there'll be a bit of latency, so
Yeah.
$138.
I can't
A long
click
way
any
to go.
faster. Yeah, like you have to wait for it to update the server and come back to the next click. I tried clicking fast, but it just doesn't do anything
No.
different.
You can do that in single player,
Yes.
but not in multi. $160.
So how is everybody today?
Great,
No,
thank you.
not bad, mate. Well enough for waking up at 2 a.m. for the past week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Just think when you start waking back up at 3 o'clock again, it'd be like a treat.
I will.
I've done a couple of half threes this week and that was bad enough.
You're at
Jeez.
220, mate.
3:30. What were you doing up at 3:30?
Trying to go back. It's an age thing,
You
I
have to
think.
go. 220 something. But like I said, there's a lot of latency here. You're in the 50s. You're in the 260s now.
How many did you say?
273, I think. So I'd stop until he gets back. Or just stop for a minute while the stream catches up. You're at 270.
Yeah, I'm just going to go to his baler. 273.
Yep. Well, it's stuck at 270. So if you spawn 3 more bales, you should be right.
Ta-da!
Yep,
Alright.
273 there.
Great. Back to our farm.
We have a farm?
We have a farm.
Oh,
Things to do.
we do? Sounds highly unlikely.
I don't know what those things are yet.
No. $231 cows? Really?
Who?
Us. Didn't know we had that many.
Pudding me?
It wasn't you.
231 cows.
No.
It says 231 animals. Health 100%. Reproduction rate 2 months.
I lost connection to the game when I was trying to look there.
Oh, so have I.
Oh, so die.
Oh, fabulous. All right, let me go and have a look.
You have refreshed the server since last week, mate.
I don't think so, no. Doesn't normally matter too much. I haven't been doing it every week for a little while. Since we stopped
Ask
having...
Jamie how he sets it to do it automatically, mate.
It's just in the game server. What do you, game server or G Portal?
Yeah.
G Portal?
It is. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it does it automatically already.
Yeah, I have mine set for like, I forget what it is. It's like 3 a.m. in the
4 a.m.
morning or something like that. Or
4 a.m. your time.
yeah, I know it's something different, so it's kind of offsets just a little bit with Johnny too. That usually you're not playing at
Yep.
that time. Forget
No.
what we decided on, but that was the that was the reasoning factor.
Yep. Could not connect to the multiplayer server. Server seems to be offline. In fact, there's 0 games of 0.
Just restarting.
Black screen.
We'll blame Scrump when he comes back.
Yeah.
Telling
Well,
him.
what the bloody hell did you do, Scrump? Broke the
What did I
server.
do?
You broke the server.
Ah, it broke the server, mate. Jesus.
Oh God, why me? It's always me. I should have stayed away a day longer.
Yeah.
Well, the server's back up.
Yeah, well, I won't rush in. It takes forever to load when there's multiple people going on at the same time.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah, I'll probably have to restart my computer anyway to make it work.
All right, well, I'll be the guinea pig then because I'm already sitting waiting.
So you bought a JCB yesterday, Jamie?
I did. Into the sale and saw it, and I said, you know what? I've worked hard. I deserve a new tractor.
Yeah.
Yep.
All that cheating pays off, I suppose.
Does. At least I stream so you can see what I cheat at. You don't stream that maps, just so we have to figure it out on our own.
No, I don't want any evidence.
Seen Gizmo did a bit of work for me, so that's all good.
Yeah, he was on for a few hours, yeah.
He said there's still some silage for you to sell and stuff with that, but
he was on before I was.
yeah, I think he was on for 3.5 hours at least.
Yeah. Well, I was the first one on first thing in the morning, but I was only there for 15 minutes, do what I had to do. And there was nothing to do, so I thought, I'll come back later. And when I came back, he was there. I came back 2 hours later, and he was there.
Here's hoping that
The bill shit you just put down is gone.
uh-huh.
Ah,
Yeah.
wonderful. My storage I put down is gone as well.
Okay, that worked out so well. Let's do it again.
I'll place a new one.
Yeah.
Scrump's gonna have to send me a new mouse, Johnny. Is my my left click key's gonna be worn out.
Yeah.
Jump to your farm to.
Okay, let's go. I just leveled all the ground, built me a shed, built me a new storage.
Mm-hmm. And it blew up the server.
Wonderful.
Do 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 do.
Grump, what are you using those silage bales for? Just to sell?
Yeah, it's just money making.
That's
You know the easiest way to do it then?
Yep.
Put down your new bale shed and see what silage is worth. Times it by the
Put in the
volume of
amount of
a
money.
round
Yeah.
bale and give you the money.
Yeah.
That way there'll be less
Yeah,
stress
that's
on
fine
the
because
server.
I'm gonna use it as selling anyway.
Yep.
Okay, I'll look and see.
Less strain on the server.
Yep. Geez, Johnny, why do you think of that like 15 minutes ago?
Well, then you wouldn't have had to stand there spamming your button.
Yeah. That's why.
Mm. I'm generous like that.
I take it the server didn't have a chance to save before it crashed.
Oh,
No.
Nope.
3,500 liters in one of those bales, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah. 3,500 times the price of silage is what you want. Get the money.
So I got $412,530. That sound about right here. 173 bales times 3,500 per bale. Divided by 1,000.
Mm.
538.
How much did you say?
412,000. He had 373 bales or 273 bales?
273.
Okay, hold on.
Price of silage is what?
316.
Yeah, 316 at the highest per 1,000.
Mm.
So each bale gets divided by, not times by.
$301,000.
sounds closer.
Yeah.
You are dividing it.
Yeah, you take...
That's per 1,000 litres.
Yeah.
So
200,
3 times.
273 times 3,500 per
So
bale.
one
divided
bale,
by 1,000.
One bale.
Yeah.
One bale is worth... Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right. How many cows do you have now, Johnny?
Oh, yeah, go and have a look at that. Because I thought that was a bit unreal.
Yeah, should have.
Don't remember having that many cows. Let me have a look.
Should have like 34, maybe.
Oh, we had thousands before. No, 231 animals. $5,597 litres of food for a maximum of 9,000 litres.
Do you see any milk
What do
in
you mean?
there? Look on top of that little thing. What does that say?
Are they chickens? They chickens, see? Told you we had that many chickens. These are bloody cows up here, bastards. I had 34 cows.
I was like, we better start making more silage if we got 231 cows already.
Bloody chickens don't give milk. That's a disappointment.
Ever tried to milk a chicken?
I'm pretty sure the
Yeah,
chickens are
let's
quite
milk
happy
the
about that.
Yes, we should be milking our chickens.
These two grass fields across the road, if you from the farm, Johnny, they're both good to go if you want to bail, and I'll pick up again.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'll lime that field we just finished harvesting the grass.
Right. Where's all the tractors gone?
It's down at the front of the yard by the workshop. The baler and the...
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Where is our work? Forgot. Oh, around the front end. Yep. Found it. Has it been fixed? It has not, but it doesn't really need it. Now, which field?
These ones right across the road here.
Where you're going past the gateway now?
Yeah.
Okay.
To check the brakes, this Valtra needs to tune up.
Or Valtra. Picking on it.
All right. Get everything in the shed again.
If you don't first succeed, try again.
Yep. So you had a good weekend as well then, Wonko? And a good week?
Last week was okay. Weekend's been a bit painful.
All right. What happened?
Whilst working on the map, putting extra crops in, some of the foliage got erased.
Oh, crap.
So that took most of yesterday to put right. And then when I finished, I ran the game and found we had an error.
Hmm.
No amount of digging around could I fix it.
All right. So that's going to be
So-
difficult then.
Yeah, I had to start again today, but then I had another problem. I had to reinstall Farming Sim.
Oh. The cheers of Farm Sim.
Indeed. But it's not all bad news because I've had to go through and redo all the foliage. I've come up with a better looking track, the farm tracks.
Yes. Oh, that's the positive side of it then. But
Indeed.
I guess it's a lot of work you need to fix, kinda.
Yeah, so I've done all the spline needed foliage changes.
Yeah.
And all I've got left to do now is just go around manually putting in things like weeds and stuff like that. What would we think? I don't know. 3 or 4 hours, I would guess.
Yeah, well, I had a busy week, but a relaxed weekend, so that makes up for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does.
Of course, those weekends always drink way too much beer, but apart from that, so good.
It's not a horrible problem to have.
Nah, it's not a horrible problem, not at all, but yeah.
If you don't do it when you're young, you won't be able to do it when you get older.
Just postage stamp fields, aren't they, Johnny?
Yeah, bloody lovely. Making me think to get butterfly mowers and a square baler. Because they're a pain in the butt with this setup. Magic on larger fields, but tiny fields, they can be a problem.
Oh yes, there won't be a updated map this week, Jamie.
It's okay. I didn't do much on the nap. You got me last week.
Some of the buildings are going to change as well because of this issue with modders not giving permissions.
Okay.
But
What, just
again,
ignoring you or saying no?
ignoring and saying no.
Oh, both.
Oh yeah, But again, it may not be a bad thing because Black Sheep Modding have released their pack, and if we put that as a dependency and I change some of the buildings, try and use as many of theirs that I can that fit.
Yeah.
It might actually look a bit better.
Well, looking at most of their buildings, they would be built pretty much anywhere in Europe. Including England.
Yeah, the
Scotland.
stone is not far off what it is around here, anyways. That's okay.
Yeah.
Just whether they'll actually physically fit in the spaces that I've got without having to do a complete rebuild.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I'm thinking if I can keep dependencies down to a maximum of about 8,
yeah,
shouldn't be too bad.
Seems
to be sort of the average.
Yeah, a lot of the map. There's quite a few maps though that have got like 20. Well, the biggest one I've seen is 28 mods, and I thought, yeah, never, ever going to do that. It's a lot of mods for a map, especially if you're running, a lot of mods yourself, like vehicle mods, and a few of the buildings that you actually really like, that you want to place later, or some industries, and then you add that many more mods on top. Not interested.
Yeah, that's
I don't care how good the map is. I've seen some beautiful maps out there, and 20 mods. No, piss off. I ain't doing 20 mods.
It's very easy to do. I should imagine in the sort of placeables folder at the moment there must be probably 30 odd mods in there.
Yeah.
I think probably using about 15 at the moment, roughly.
Yeah, like I said, there's some beautiful maps out there. You go, oh, geez, this looks nice. I want to play it. And then you look at required mods, 24, 25. And like I said, the worst one, 28. I'm not that desperate to play it, sorry. Oh, yeah, well, look, the map size is, 250 meg. Gee, it's small. No, it ain't. You add all those buildings in, you're up near a gigabyte again.
Yeah. Well, this is the problem of paying for people to make the mods. An unintended consequence, maybe. Let's put it like that.
No, I'm not interested in that sort of shit.
And the other thing is, until Giants release a English-based map, then you're really screwed if you're doing an English map to get buildings from within the game. Yeah,
you have to rely on the modders that actually do make their own buildings, and then you have to try and ask permission. And like you say, a lot of them... No, look, I put in bloody hours and hours, weeks and weeks, months to make these buildings. I'm not just going to give them to you. And I can truly understand that. I hold no grudges for those people. Let me pay you nothing for months of hard work. Yeah, sure.
But see, this is why they should never have done the paying for the mods, because there was plenty of mods before they did that.
Yes.
So they've actually made the situation worse. In my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Because you could have somebody like myself who likes to make a map but has no Blender skills and has no real desire to have Blender skills.
No, I was the same, mate. I tried. When I was making maps, I tried. I'll have a go at this Blender. Yeah, stuff that. Took me 2 days, like each day, several hours before I was ready to pull my hair out, to make a wireframe bot. And I thought, nah, you can go and bite me. I ain't doing this shit.
Yes.
And I know some people pick it up quickly, and I was a lot younger back then, and I did pick up stuff quickly. I actually learned how to write LUA script. That was easier than Blender. But ask me now, no. I still understand LUA script if I go in and look at it, but how to edit it, not 100% sure anymore. It's been too long.
Yeah, it's like a lot of things, unless you're doing it on a regular basis, you're not going to be retaining that information.
No, there's too many coffees under the bridge.
I used to be very good, pretty damn good with AutoCAD, which is a drawing program for
AutoCAD.
constructions.
Yeah.
And I used to be very good with that because I used it every day in and out at school, and also at the first job I worked. But then, last 20 years, I didn't need it anymore. In the first couple of years, I tried to keep up the skills a little bit by doing some evening jobs or whatsoever with it. But I haven't done it really in like 15 years. So I tried it a while ago and I was like, oh shit, how did I do this again? I can't remember.
Yeah. And when you get to my age, mate, forget it.
You don't remember what you don't remember.
No, you're lucky to remember how to open a fridge. It's ages and cracked up what it is. When you're younger, you can't wait to get older. No, don't ever wish that.
That's only when you're not 18 yet. As soon as you reach that, you're like, maybe it should not go this fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. You know, you can't wait until you get to 18. That's true. For me, at least, 35 would be a great age to stay at. Never get older than 35.
Well, that won't be long. 3 more days, then I'll reach 35.
It's all downhill from there, mate. They reckon 40 starts to go downhill. Now people are saying, no, it's 50. Nah, depends. For me, 35, everything started going downhill.
Oh, jeez.
How old are you now, Jamie? Late 30s?
He wishes he was.
53 this
No.
year.
50?
You can turn around your numbers to reach my age again, Jamie.
Jeez, poor old bastard.
Believe me, I felt every bit of it this weekend or this week after that fire call because
Yep.
I looked at the chief's 65, and I was sitting at the desk the other night and I said, do you ever think we're getting too old for this shit?
And what did he say?
He smiled and says, yep.
Probably said I was too old for this shit 10 years ago.
Yeah. I can still do the stuff I used to do. It's just the 4 days recovery that gets me now.
Yeah. I know you guys may not believe me, but I was mega fit when I was younger, all the way up until my 40s. And then it started to take a toll. Started getting aches and pains and tearing ligaments and snapping tendons. And I went to the doctor to get find out what the hell's going on. Why do I feel like I'm 90 years old? And he knew my history, all the things I'd done, the sports I'd played, the activities I was involved in. He said, well, it's simple. You know why most footballers retire when they're 30,
Yep.
most boxers when they're pre-40, you know, anyone that's in like tennis players start to go downhill, all that sort of stuff. I said, not really. Probably because they've made millions and it's ready to retire and enjoy their millions. I said, I haven't made millions, so forgive me, what's the problem? And he said, since your teens, you've been doing this? Yeah. He said, well, you've been too fit. There's a point where the body just can't get any fitter because muscles get stronger, you get fitter and all that. But the tendons in your body, the bones in your body can't. They're at fat bastard standards the entire time, no matter what you do. You can't make your bones fitter, you can't make your tendons fitter. So when you get overfit, that's why football players snap Achilles, break ankles, bust kneecaps, because they're fitter than those parts of the body, so they break. And basically that's what's happened to you. You've just gotten too fit for all your internal organs. Wonderful.
There is an alternative viewpoint.
Yeah, be a fat bastard and don't care.
Well, yeah, I tried that for a while. It didn't work out too well.
Well, I don't mean like that, but you know, someone who doesn't play top level sports and stuff like that, you know, just plays for fun occasionally, keeps their weight down, and you'll last for a long, long time. But yeah, go on with your alternative.
If as a young man you were eating the proper human diet, your body would repair itself a lot more efficiently because it's not spending its time processing
you're not.
your other stuff.
I've always eaten meat, mate. Always.
Yeah.
I'm a
but
big meat eater.
It's the other stuff that we eat and drink.
Oh yeah.
But
you're not factoring in my type 1 diabetes, which make the internals of the body wear quicker. So that didn't help me either. So yeah.
But say you didn't have that from birth, then
well, if I
chances
didn't have that,
would have been.
I'd still be working. I would still be working. My diabetes is fucked over. I mightn't be, I'd still have problems, sure, and got a lot to do with diet. You don't have to push your meat diet on me, mate. I do understand it.
I'm not trying to push it. I'm just, you were making a very good point about how the body.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just proposing that from what I understand.
Well, see, I've never had sugar in my diet. Only natural sugars from fruit. Never. I hate the taste of sugar. Can't understand how people can put sugar in their coffee. It tastes like shit.
Well, unfortunately, the sugar in fruits, for example, is still just exactly that. It's still sugar. And sugar, apart from when it gets refined, is a natural product anyway. It's like honey apparently is 96% sugar.
Yeah.
I always thought honey's got to be good for it.
Well, honey is in small doses.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm talking like a tablespoon or a teaspoonful once a week. Not, one in every coffee you have, 10 coffees a day, put a bit of honey in it. It's not good for you. That's too much. But the natural fruit out of natural sugars out of apples, oranges, things like that, as long as you don't eat 50 a day, very good for you.
Yeah,
Your
but
body does. It depends on what else you eat during the day too, because sugar is basically a fast carbohydrate. Slow carbohydrates are in things like peas. Peas do have a carbohydrate, so are beans, because they're the only two vegetables I eat. And they're a slow carbohydrate, which is fine for me as a diabetic. What's dangerous is fast one, like in chocolate and in sugars, stuff like that.
yeah, of course,
Well-
there isn't a difference in the speed they work, but in the end, 10 grams of fruit sugars or 10 grams of normal sugars, it
Yeah.
is the same. Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
thing.
It's the same, but it takes longer to get in.
Yeah, of course. I get that. There's a difference in the way of it's processing, the body is processing it, but
Yes.
10 grams is 10 grams, and they're both
Oh yeah.
equally
Understand
bad or
that.
equally good.
Yeah.
So the body doesn't need glucose to burn as fuel. It produces its own glucose for very limited needs. And that's the problem. It can't cope with the sugars that we eat.
No.
So
No, the normal human nowadays eats way too much carbohydrates. They don't need it, and that's why it comes in as fat stored in the body, and it really stuffs you up. Really stuffs.
yeah, so apparently the body takes the glucose, puts it away as fat, but has a problem getting it back out to use as energy,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
why people eat a meal and then 2 hours later think, oh, I'm hungry, and eat again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Body basically just gets confused.
Yeah. Well, according to research, you should eat more meal about 8 times a day. Would be far
What's-
better than 3 meals a day of, large amount. Ideally, this is why, you have a small to medium breakfast, you have morning smoko, or whatever you call it in your part of the world. You have a very small amount of, some sort of food with your coffee or tea or, glass of water. You have a small lunch. You have a small afternoon tea. You have a small dinner. And then you have supper, a roughly small amount of food before you go to bed, roughly an hour to 2, between 1 and 2 hours before you go to bed. And then you go to bed and then you start the day again. And that way, your body, what it's do, you know why your body stores fat and you get fatter? Because you're eating 3 times a day. And the body thinks you're starving it. So it retains, that's why it retains sugars and turns them into fat. Store it because it thinks you're starving it. But if you eat small meals, 6 to 8 times a day, you will start to lose weight. You need to eat more often for your body to lose weight.
Contrary to what I've learned, where they say the reason you put weight on when you eat carbohydrates is because the body can't process glucose properly. It sticks it in storage and it has a problem retrieving it from storage. Fat to use as energy when you need the energy. Whereas if you use what the body's designed to use, which is ketones, it can just get it straight away.
Ketones,
So you need to eat. I mean, some people only eat once a day. I eat twice a day.
Yeah, eating once a day, you're going to gain more weight than you would if you ate half a dozen times a day.
Yeah, but don't forget, I'm not eating carbohydrates.
No, I
The
know.
difference. If you're eating carbohydrates, then what you're saying may be true. But if you don't eat carbohydrates, then you don't need to eat 3 times a day. That's a fallacy.
Yeah.
All I do is eat enough that I am full.
Mm-hmm.
I don't count calories. I don't weigh what I eat. I just eat until I'm full, and then that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't
And
2
that's
hours
fine.
later go, oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah. And that's fine. That will work. Yeah. Let's say my body can't store carbohydrate. My body can't dispose of it at all. It retains it. That's why my ketos rise too high and my blood sugars rise too high. I die. Won't store it. Just keeps circulating it through the body. I can't burn it off quick enough because there's too much.
Is that what type 1 is then? Too much ketos?
Yeah, way too much. My ketos would be high right now at danger levels. They are all the time. That's why I've got to monitor
Does
it.
your type 1 have the same problem with sugars and with the glucose?
Yeah. Yep.
Fuck me. How the hell have you got this far?
That's right. The medical science is perplexed. I'm supposed to be dead in my
Medical
mid-40s.
science, to the most part, especially in America, I don't know about in Australia, but it's probably the same as here. Bloody stupid.
Sometimes.
Unless you've got broken bones or they can physically fix you. Everything else is, oh, here's a pill. That'll sort you.
Yeah.
Which of course it doesn't, because it's not designed to, because this is designed to be profitable, and it's only profitable if you keep needing them.
Yeah. That's another reason why there's no cure for diabetes. Too profitable.
That's a cure for type 2. Just don't know anything about type 1.
No, well, type 2 for the medical profession is just a pain in the arse. Type 1, there's no cure. I mean, I could get a better monitoring system and a better, get better stability from my type 1. So my ketones weren't getting into dangerous levels or my glucose levels. But it will cost me personally $50,000, not covered by medical. And the reason that is because I will use less drugs. I will buy less equipment. So they want to get the money in one hit. One of the nurses that comes here to tend to my foot, she's got type 1 and she's got one of these machines fitted. And she suffers nowhere near the problems I have. And yeah, the insulin's gotten better over the years. Like basically the insulin I was taking when I was a kid was just almost a placebo. You know, it was that bad. Didn't really work too well. And that started my road to this broken body I've got now. The insulin that they have now is very, very good. And it's almost free. Almost. Instead of having to pay enough insulin for me, if I had to pay for 1 month, would cost me, how much did they try to charge me once? Because my card had run out, medical card. For 1 month's supply of insulin was $1,500. And that was back when I was making $500 a week. They tried to charge me that, and I said, bullshit. You normally only charge me $25. And they said, oh, well, your card's running. Well, I'm not paying that. Oh, and I'll need my insulin because I'll be dead in a week without it. What are you going to do about it? Well, you should be contacting the Medicare. It's called over here. I said no. I shouldn't have to. They should redo the cards all the time. And so the chemist actually rang for me and to find out what was going on. And they rang Medicare, and Medicare said, "Look, just give him under, just give it to him. The card will have the same number, just the expiry date will be different. We will allow it to go through. It's our fault because we haven't issued a new card." So they gave it my insulin for the normal price I was paying. But see what I mean? That's a long time ago. And it'd have to be 30 odd years ago that would have cost me $1,200 a month. That, instead of paying 20, all that money the government will miss out on because they'll get kickbacks for that, for giving me that discount. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's all very, very corrupt.
Oh yeah, they'll get kickbacks for that. So that's why they won't. They've toyed with, they've had, it's the pancreas that causes it. It's failed. They've had breakthroughs with pancreas transplants. And they've worked. 2 cases. It's worked. Cured 2 people, diabetes. But once the trials were over, that was it. They dropped the research on it. No more people are going to get it. Why? There'll be complications. Well, 2 patients haven't had any. You've already admitted that. They were knocked on the head because the government said, hang on a minute, can't cure all these people. And because surgery is covered by Medicare, Medicare would have to cover it. No, we can't do that. Jeez. And that's the same all over the world.
Yeah.
Because it certainly wasn't here where they did the transplant. I can't remember if it was in America or England, but it certainly wasn't here. Might have been Germany. Don't know.
Have you not looked into whether a meat-only diet would help with the diabetes or not?
No, it won't. It won't.
Well, I'm guessing it probably wouldn't.
Have,
if you've got a problem with the keto.
Yeah, no, I do have to have a certain amount of carbohydrate every day. Certain amount. Because the insulin cancels out the carbohydrates or the sugars. So I need a balance. Too. See, if I stop taking in carbohydrate, that doesn't mean I can stop taking insulin. It doesn't work like that. The body will produce its own sugars without any input. Believe me.
Yeah, I know.
So I have to take a certain amount of insulin, and trying to get that fine balance is impossible. That's why this $50,000 machine that's attached to you is like a computer that works it out instant. Your ketos are a 0.1 above what they should be. Bang. It automatically injects insulin to get it down. Once it's down, it's continuously monitoring. It keeps going down. Then it goes bang, shoots insulin. No, this doesn't have a passenger seat.
No. Right back.
Yeah. And it does everything automatically. You still have to buy insulin. And you will have to buy a liquid glucose supplement. Fill this machine. But you can say goodbye to a lot of the other medications that I'm on for help. Won't need it. So that's no
Right.
good. The medical profession's going to lose money. But if people have got the money, of course, they'll take the 50 grand and stick this machine in you. Well, it's not actually in you, it hangs outside. It's like a bag you have to carry around with you that's attached to the outside of your body. And hence another problem because of my age. Because of diabetes, my wounds don't heal. Because I was having trouble with my bowels and bladder a while ago. And I said to the doctor, what about, I suppose I'll have to get one of those colostomy bags attached to me, you know, that drain your bowels and your bladder. Fucking disgusting things. Anyway, he said, no, we can't do that. No, we'll try everything else first. And my brother's got one, my older brother. And, yeah, I can see why. He showed me. He's not diabetic or anything. Got nothing wrong with him, really. And there's a tube that runs inside his body. And that tube has to get changed every now and again because it starts to weep and get pus around it. Because I don't
I hope
heal.
nobody's eating their tea at the moment.
No. And it's disgusting and it stinks. They don't want to do that to me because I don't heal. Because, you know, it'd never heal up and I'd be constantly weeping from where it was inserted. So they don't want to do that.
Works better to drop the mower.
So I have to... Fucking hell. So I just have to put up with this, I might as well finish the road now. Keep putting up with the problems I'm having. Nothing they can do about it. So they say. It's not a fun life, believe me. It was fun when I was younger because I had none of these extra problems. But now that they've all surfaced, you know. But what else were you going to do, you know?
You're not watching my stream, are you? Yeah.
I am.
No, that's Johnny.
Well, it's in the background,
okay.
But I can't watch it and play Farm Sim. I've only got one monitor.
Flip over just for a second. Flip over to it just for a second there. You could.
Yeah. I'm watching both you and Scrum. Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Just pulling up behind you now.
Okay. You're going to jump.
I've actually hit you.
Yep. You're going to jump ahead and I'm going to go into build mode. 80 pigs. What do you think? Do you want to try it?
Yeah. You'd be better off with the 100 pig one, mate. I do like that one, but it doesn't hold enough pigs.
100?
Remember the pig shed? Oh, I don't think it's in there.
No.
I thought my pig shed was in there.
No. So it's only...
Yeah, no, we could set up 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah. Start with one, put a few in it.
That is a nice picture. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to drop one of them in and then we'll start and we'll see what happens. Okay.
Yeah. What's that 3rd one and you lose 4th one? The white coloured building. What's that one?
It's only 25.
No. The one for 44,000.
44,000.
Yeah, it's only 25
what's
pigs.
That one? No, stick it up your bum.
Yeah.
Probably got an outside yard too.
It does.
This one doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a proper pig shed.
Yeah, I think I'll drop this one in.
25 pigs in that huge shed. You get 25 pigs in one of those door gaps. I'm not a fan of modders that make animal pens when they've never actually seen the animal in their life. Not a fan of that. So have we got the free landscaping tool on this server?
Yes.
Yes.
Bloody cheats.
Yes.
I mean, that's good. I'm glad. How is our barley going, mate?
It's going great, but it's going to be next year before we harvest it anyway, so.
Oh, yeah. It's all right. Yeah, so as I was saying, I lived pretty hard and free when I was younger. And the reason was, when I was 12 years old, the doctor told me I'd be dead in my mid-40s. 12 years old, you'll be dead when you're in your mid-40s if we don't
I
get
remember you telling me this before, yeah.
this all sorted out. So what did I think? I thought, well, fuck it. I'm going to have fun while I can. So I did drink a lot of alcohol, which is a big no-no for a type 1. I went out and partied, stayed up all night long, you know, lived pretty wild. I'm paying for it now, and they're still scratching their head. Why are you still alive? They've upped it to mid-50, but I'm over mid-60 now. Still kicking. Mightn't be for much longer, but I'm still kicking. Yes, mate.
Johnny, I've only known you a few years and I've been scratching my head since I met you.
Yeah, most people do that. I know. Stop spending money.
I'm not, it's free.
Took the wrong exit again. Jeez.
Wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Yeah, going towards Doc's place again. It's not the first time I've done that wrong. Probably won't be the last either.
And death is nothing to be feared of anyway. Death, there's nothing. Died 4 times. Doesn't mean much. Dead. It only matters to the people that are left behind. Doesn't matter to you. My only worry is that I'll die in severe pain, which is highly likely. But other than that, no big deal.
Well, that got cheery.
It did.
Yeah, Johnny cheers you up, Bunker.
Yeah.
He always.
So, in other words, have fun while you can.
Yeah, that's why I went camping again.
Don't leave things for later. Don't say, I'll save up for that. Buy it now. Get it while you can. Do it while you can. Otherwise, you'll never do it. And you won't regret it once you're dead, because when you're dead, you're dead.
And now he's turned into a
But-
philosopher.
That's some wise
Yeah.
words there.
No, do it while you can, buy it while you can. Unless, of course, it involves murdering people. No matter how much you want to murder someone, don't ever do it. Why? Because you shouldn't. And I'm not religious. Definitely not religious. I believe in the philosophy of Jesus. What's his
Jesus,
name?
that's religious.
No,
when you
no,
believe in the
Jesus'
philosophy.
philosophy is friggin' stupid. No, what's his name? Oh, right.
Christ?
His
No, it
philosophy-
wasn't Christ either.
No, it wasn't. His philosophy on life and death and all that sort of stuff is just so truthful. It's ridiculous. What's his name?
Mr. Peterson, by any chance?
No. Oh no, he's great at everything he does. Yes, I agree with a lot of his stuff. No, he's a bloody comedian. He's a British
Oh,
comedian.
Stephen Fry.
He's another good one. No, but there's one more. Gervais.
Ricky Gervais. Yeah.
Yes. His philosophy on life, religion, and all the rest of it is pretty spot on.
Anyway, the point I was trying to make to Jamie was, he's starting
Eat
to feel.
more meat.
Yes, if you're starting to feel the aches and pains, do the 30 days on the meat and just see if it makes any difference. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I'll check it out and see.
You've definitely converted Brummy.
Oh,
He can't shut
I'm
up
the
about it now either.
Well, he said he did it without doing any research. Talking to him one morning, he said, "Oh, you know, how are you doing?" And that, and I said, "I feel much better these days since I went on the carnival." Next week, I speak to him. "Oh, Brendan brought a load of meat. I'm carnival now." I said, "Oh, okay. Did you read up on it? Did you find out, you know, how it works, why it works, etc., etc.?" Nah, just did it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I tried to explain to him a bit about it too, and he said, no, that's not the right diet. I said, well, it's generally known as the hunter-gatherer diet, and he gave it a different. He said, no, the one I'm on's better. Really? Yeah.
Depends
Works
on your
for
personal
me.
medical circumstances, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, he's on what's called a proper human diet. But that said, I think the actual proper human diet is if you ate seasonally. So,
You should.
from what I understand happens, or used to happen before we discovered farm, people did eat fruit and honey and some like tubers like potatoes, etc.
Yep.
But it was only for a short period of time during the year when they were in season. The rest of the time,
Yes.
they didn't.
Yeah. It's our ability to freeze foods now and keep them fresh. Well, semi-fresh. They're not overly fresh.
And
But
the way
our diets have changed and shouldn't eat too much cereal. That's a known fact for many generations that cereal is no good for you.
basically the idea is don't eat any seeds. Anything based on seeds is normally pretty poisonous to the human body.
Yeah. Fruit and nuts, yes. Certain vegetables, yes. But, yeah. The rest of it, no. And I love cereals.
I love
But
bread.
they're bad for you. Really are. I like cornflake. I like rice bubble. I like Wheaties. I like wheat bix, but they're bad for you. They're all full of fast carbohydrate, which is really bad for anyone. Jesus. Mad truck driver. Yeah, no, definitely shouldn't be doing it. And if you're going to go carnivore, yeah, I agree. Go the carnivore diet. Go that way. Better for you than what you're on now, for sure. But certain dairy products are fine too. Milk. Depends on how much you eat. Cheese.
Yeah, so I still eat hard cheese and
Yep.
soft cheese and cream.
Mm.
But I do notice that I probably shouldn't. Because if I have too much, because if I have too much, some of my aches come.
Yeah. That's
Because it's
the key. Too much. That's the problem with the human race. They over-indulge.
Yeah, it's because there's natural sugars in the milk.
Yes. Don't overindulge and you'll be right. We should change the name of our streams to the Dietary Channel.
No, please don't. Oh, then we might get viewers.
Yeah, we might get viewers then, yeah.
Doesn't sound like a good idea to me.
No. Are these the only two fields, mate?
Yes, I think that
you
is.
forgot the other tree, Johnny.
Bugger. Oh, there's a bit of grass.
I must say,
Yeah.
I have noticed Brummy's not been ill so often.
Oh, yeah, well, you weren't here Friday then.
Oh, I know he wasn't well this week. He had proper flu, didn't he?
He blames his missus. The missus had the flu. Blames her. Gave me her flu. Really? Right. Give it back to her. He wouldn't do that either. I mean, how selfish. He gave him something. He should give her something back.
The trouble is, he's never cooked for himself.
Sorry?
Brummy's never done cooking for himself.
Hadn't he?
No.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
seriously.
God, I used to love cooking.
I keep having to do his cooking classes for him. And I'm not Gordon Ramsay. Well, swearing.
The swearing part is okay.
Yeah, I could probably match him for that.
I don't like Gordon Ramsay at all. He's a dickhead. He was funny at the start, but nah. I think he's just a dickhead. But anyway. Everyone's a dickhead at some stage of their life.
Who was that? I forgot his name. Jamie Oliver, I think, from England as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I quite like his way of presenting.
Yeah, he's not so bad. I remember when he went to the American schools.
Yes.
There's excerpts on
Cafeteria food.
yeah, but he went to schools there too to have classes. This was in he did 2 lots. I think he did high school and he did college or university. And he did food, so, health food classes. And I only remember one question that he asked. There was heaps, and he asked the class, "Can you tell me where eggs come from? You have eggs and bacon. Where do eggs come from?" And he had a list on the board, and with one of those pointers, he was going down. 80% of the class thought that eggs came from eggplants, and the other 20 didn't have a clue. When he told them they came out of a chicken's butt, they weren't sure what a chicken was. And this is, we're talking kids from the age of, 15, 16, right up into their 20s. They had no idea. But there was dark. That's the only one that stuck in my head. Eggs come from eggplants.
That's an easy mistake to make, sure.
Oh, sure.
That would be nice, though. Instead of keeping a lot of chickens in my garden, I could just put a plant in there. That would be handful.
Yeah.
Okay, would come in handy, that's for sure.
Then eggplants taste like shit.
They don't eat as much. They don't eat as much food either.
No. Oh, I couldn't believe it. Really. I know Americans are stupid, but this just a lack of education. Really, they skip it. Back in the days when I was going to school, they had. Oh God, what was it? There was engineering classes. There was home economics. There was several other classes.
But if they don't know where the egg comes from when they're already 16 years old, that's not something wrong with the schools education. That's something that's seriously wrong at home.
Yeah. Well, it's the same dilemma. Their parents are as dumb as dog shit too. You have to go back a couple of generations, like people born before the 50s and 60s. That's when the schooling system in America started to go downhill. Mid to late 50s all the way on. That's when the teachers were told, and there is documentations from teachers back then, were told by the government to dumb it down. That's when they started to take away home economics and all the other classes slowly until the 70s and 80s, and they were all gone. It's sad. But the government did that because they wanted dumber citizens.
Easier to control.
Easier to control.
Knowledge is power. That's a saying for a very good reason.
Yes, and it was slowly adapted throughout the world. Like it was sort of late 60s when it started over here, when they started to dumb down the system. And I think it was the same for England, roughly the same time as we did it. Make everyone stupid so that we can pull the wool over their eyes easier
So the Dutch were the only smart people in the world then, because we always said education is key. Even in the 60s.
Yeah.
Politicians still say that, but they don't actually mean it.
Yeah, no, they were still saying it back here too, and still do. You know, get an education, that's the way to go. You know, we've got so many dumb graduates that it's just bewildering. It really is.
Oh, you only have to see the reporters asking them questions about, you know, the Israeli-Palestinian thing.
Oh, yeah.
They
Oh, it's
haven't got a clue
great
why they're
system.
there.
It's a great system. Yeah, we should embrace communism.
Mind.
We should embrace Islam. Yeah, but, you know, you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing now. What do you mean? Well, I wouldn't be able to allowed to interview you. What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? You're embracing a culture, basically a culture that promotes slavery, and you don't know what I mean. Why don't you look it up? Have you read the Quran? No, some of it. Yeah, right. Read it all. And then realise that the latest, what are they, Muslims or whatever they are, that the Quran was rewritten. It was rewritten by who were they that got into power over there? Because you go back and look at old photographs and old videos and film of Iran and Iraq back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. The locals were the girls wore miniskirts. They were allowed to drive cars. It was just like over here in the West. I'm not West, but we're in West. We follow the Western culture. You look at these movies, you know, videos and documentaries and photos of those days back then. When, what was his name? Ayatollah Khomeini? Or no, that's another country, isn't it?
No, that's Iran.
Yeah, when they got into power,
was the Iranian.
Yeah, they rewrote the Quran. It has been rewritten to suit their political views. That's when women had to cover up. They weren't allowed. They're still not allowed to drive cars anymore without special permission.
And they are over here.
Oh yeah, over here too. But it's only in the Middle East there where they're not allowed. Women are basically slaves. And you see these students promoting.
Yeah, but that's they have a different understanding of the Quran. I mean, the Muslims we have in our country is just normal people that live a different culture.
Yeah, we have them here too.
Well, in our country, they're not. They brought their culture with them, and I can tell you now.
Here too. We've got their synagogues over here, or whatever they're called. And the women aren't allowed to, they have the big black bullshit on. That, I mean, if I walked into a bank with that on, I'd get arrested. But they're allowed to. Not allowed to see their faces. There are some who live a more liberal life and only wear that scarf thing over their head. You know, like a hat, more, with the front exposed. But the diehards, they're not allowed to go anything except their eyes. Don't know what's under there.
No, over here, you don't really see those over here. It's mainly, the normal Muslim, I would say. Just, they do cover their hair, but that's it. Only the hair.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's a lot of that over here. But you do get the diehard ones that, you know, the husbands or fathers won't let the girls show any flesh except their eye.
I've been to plenty of properties outside London, well, on the outskirts of London before now, where if the female answers the door, they refuse to speak to you, they'll shut the door. And then you got to hope there's a male in the house, because then they'll come and talk to you. But otherwise, nope.
Yeah. Sad state of affairs.
It is. They've made no attempt to blend in this country at all.
Yeah.
Or at least the vast
No,
majority.
a lot of our migrants now don't bother. They had to way back when we used to accept, well, we're still accepting, but back in the day, when I've said this a dozen times, you couldn't immigrate here illegally. If you did, you got locked up and then sent back. But if you could, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, I don't know about after the 70s, but I know during that period you could immigrate here, but the stipulation was you must have a basic understanding of English and you must be able to communicate in English other than hello, goodbye, you know. And you did get put in a internment camp as such. It was just a group of houses set in an area. You could roam freely. You weren't locked up. You could roam freely. You were a legal immigrant. You could roam freely to find a job. And if you didn't speak English, basic, you wouldn't be able to find a job. So you had to speak it before you came over. I know Mum and Dad, and my brother and my sister were in an internment camp. Mum used to have pictures of it. It was quite a pleasant place. They were just like, well, you'd see these little houses now at, you'd see them at campsites now. Those sort of mobile log cabins, stuff like that. But they weren't made out of log, of course. They were proper housing on stilts, short stilts, only about, foot high off the ground. And they could be moved if they needed to be moved. And there was a heap of these, and they were lovely. They looked really nice, and the camp looked really nice. And you could do what you wanted in your little house. You cooked in there. You could listen to the radio, because there wasn't really much television back then, or any. And you moved out when you found a job and a place to stay. Nothing wrong with that. But now, they just, come over in their friggin' boats, and that we lock them up in the middle of the desert. There's a big, it's basically a concentration camp, really, in the middle of the desert. We don't send them back unless they're bad, really bad people. And we do try to fit them in, but we're forced to. And most of them can't speak English. It's just a sorry state of affairs, the way the world's gone. And then when the people do get released from these camps, from the, we had to flee or we'd get murdered and we were getting beaten up and shot in the streets and blah, blah, blah. We were going against the religion and all that. We were getting religious persecution. And when we finally release them here, they start to push their own country's views. You just escape that crap. And now you're trying to force it on our country. It's a fuck. The world's fucked. We need a big reset. We need another flood or another meteor strike or volcanoes going off everywhere. Wipe all these idiots off the face of the planet. And start again. It's happened 5 times.
I was going to say, there's some people that think that's already happened a few times.
Well, it has. There's evidence of 3 floods at least. Like the size of the flood in the so-called Bible. Evidence of 3 of those. And they already think the world has shifted on its axis, at least one, because they've found tropical plant fronds from palm trees and other tropical plants buried deep in the snow at the North and South Pole. So I think a few people are going to, when they think it's happening again, don't know when, hopefully, and I doubt if it'll be in my time, but the world's going to turn again, shift, poles are going to shift. You know how many poles our planet has? Have a stab in the dark.
I'm not sure, but I know there's
360.
It's a bit too many. But most people think there's just the South Pole and the North Pole. That's it.
There's 2 North Poles, isn't there? A true North and then another North, which I forget.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about true pole, not the made-up one. Each shifts anyway. It moves closer to the true North. Our North Pole moves closer and then moves further away. And it's a fair distance. It's like a couple of miles between the two. They never meet, but it constantly goes backwards and forwards because the world isn't spinning through. It spins on a wobbly axis. But there is 8 poles. The planet has 8 poles. And which one we switch to next is up to the rotation of the planet, or whether the sun will explode or just go out. That's what we've got to look forward to, but I'm sure we'll all be dead by then, so it won't matter. If we haven't killed each other off, rather than work on problems that the planet's got, it's easier just to kill people. Everything's going to change anyway. And you know, if the world stops spinning, you know, everyone says, oh, we'll just float off the planet. We won't. It will take a while, but we will. But it will take a while before we all start floating away. Lots of things to look forward to in the future for future generations. The sun going out. And when it does go out, it'll take days before we realise it. Yeah, it'll all be fun in the end. Let's see whose religion wins. Bit of a tight fit there, mate.
I'll be right back.
No.
That's why I like these little trailers.
Yep.
I don't think I would have got the Roland out there.
No, you wouldn't have. No, you would have had to go through the hedge like I did. This is why I say, you want to do something, do it. Don't wait. It may not be it tomorrow.
There is a school of thought I heard recently from some strange person that this civilization on this planet at the moment is not an original civilization.
No.
That Mars
That's
was
right.
quite probably populated before Earth.
Yes.
But as things have changed with regards to positioning around the sun.
Yes. And we do shift. We do shift. Because that's why, over here anyway, and it's the same over there, it used to get really hot in December like December was our hottest month. I remember when I was younger, that Christmas Day could be 40 to 45 degrees. You'd be sitting there sweating your ass off because we didn't have air conditioning back then. We had fans, but we'd be sitting there in 40 degrees or more having a roast lunch because that's the traditional lunch, you know, Christmas Day. But now it doesn't get hot really till mid-January. And winter doesn't used to get cold in June, but no more, sort of late July. So the world is moving further away and closer at different times now than it was, say, 100 years ago.
I think I've taken a wrong turn. I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Getting lost in the dark, mate. But yeah, there's evidence that...
Oh, you're close to Johnny and Jamie.
Oh, coming to visit, mate. Yeah, just coming around past our farm.
Yes, but I'm going the wrong bloody direction. Radical.
You'll have to do a U-turn. There is a big hole in the field just ahead of you on your right that you could turn. It's got a sort of Y access to it, coming up to it.
Just pay your toll on the way by, that's all we ask.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I am a bit of an alien conspirator. I can't deny or prove that there's aliens. But you can't be so stupid as to think that we're the only life form in the universe size that we're in.
Well, I'm glad you didn't say intelligent life form.
Well, we don't know. It could be.
No, I mean, you're counting us as intelligence.
No. I mean, you look at evidence of things built by so-called ancient humans. We can't build. We can't make some of the structure. Can't replicate any of what they've done. Like the Great Pyramid, there's a dozen different theories of how it was built. Some say it was only that couple of thousand years ago. Others say it was millions of years ago when it was built. It's all, there's just so many stupid theories out.
Well, there was one guy, British guy, that was on Joe Rogan. He reckoned that there's no way we could have, or the Egyptians, when they say they made the pyramids, could have created some of the columns.
No,
manufacturing processes still can't be replicated now.
No, that's right. And the Egyptians lay claim to it, but there's many theories that it was built before the Egyptians got. They lay claim to all of it.
Yeah. They all, what was it? Like the King's Chamber and the Queen's Chamber, they had different functions.
Yes.
Like hydrogen or something.
Well, they've found uranium pits that were dug out too. That looks like it was mined. There's theories that the pyramids were actually electric generated.
Oh yeah.
They're aligned that way across the planet. They're all in alignment across the planet. That they were transmitting power that way, electrical power, from one continent to another. Otherwise, how Egyptians laying claim to it? That means the Egyptians have been all over the world. They've traversed the entire planet. because they're everywhere. They're in England. You've got pyramids there. They're very basic compared to, say, the Great Pyramid. But they are pyramids, and they are in line with pyramids in Egypt. There's the ones in Peru. There's some in Iraq. There's some in America. There's pyramids in America. All over the planet, there's pyramids.
I didn't know there was any here.
Yes, there's pyramids in England.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereabouts are they?
Well, I don't know. I can't tell you.
I can't tell you.
I watch a lot of documentaries, a lot, and I am a big history buff. That's why I stumble a lot of these old videos online, like the teacher one, from the teachers in America that said that they were dumbing down the students on purpose. There's 2 or 3 really big ones. I don't know where, but I've seen a video of it. I've seen black and white videos of it, and I've seen colour videos of it. More recent videos taken of. You're doing all the work, boss.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know what to do. You're the boss.
I think we'll be sleeping soon.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here in the dark at the minute.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah, no, there are there, mate. There's some made out of earth. Some made out of earth and stone. One of them, they drilled down. The bloody idiots. They got a massive drill and placed it on, because the very top of the pyramid, it was an earthen pyramid, but it was pretty solid. Like, it had been there a long time, and the top was flat, so they constructed a drilling platform up, and they were going to drill right down to find out what's in it, if anything, or if it was just solid all the way through. But once they got about a third down, it was starting to collapse. So they had to stop. And then they went roughly down one of the sides to roughly where the drill had stopped, and drilled in through the side to have a look. And they found countless artifacts in through it. But there's no hollow points in it, like they've done the LiDAR thing, and radars through it.
Mm.
It's just a solid mass, but they wanted to know what was in there. So basically, they've ruined a pyramid mound, and it's big, like it's huge. I can't remember whereabouts in England it is.
Well, I'm
I
looking
watched
at
2
an
different
image of the
documents on
one
it.
in Cornwall, like it's an earth one.
Yeah.
Looks pretty darn big.
Well, it might be that one that they've stopped anything on it now. They've capped it, tried to fill it back up so it won't collapse. But yeah, there's water all around it too. That's why they were so curious of what the hell it was and what it was made of inside. But it's just all earth. And some rocks, but not that many. But there's several over there. Like your round thing. What's the round thing called?
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. There's several of those, dozens. And they're
Yeah.
all across the planet as well. I think there's even one over here somewhere, not made out of stone, but they found remnant of a circle. You know, they're all over the world. And you guys got a hell of a lot of them. Not all made out of stone. Some are, just very small ones now because they've been weathered or chipped away by people wanting to get some stone blocks or something. But there's quarries over in Egypt and the Middle East that have stone pillars carved out of the ground, like out of sandstone and stuff, that are absolutely huge. Like, you know, there's pictures of men standing on the top of it. They look like ants.
How long ago do they think the pyramids were constructed then?
Some estimates are over 1 million years.
All right. What about the more conservative estimates?
The beginning of the Egyptian Empire, which wasn't that long ago. Because, of course, the Egyptians built it, and they lay claim to them. What are they for then? Because Egyptian history is tabulated.
Well,
They wrote everything down, but there's nothing there about them building a pyramid.
Yeah. The reason I asked that question is because up until we started farming,
yeah,
communities were only 50 to 100 people big.
Yeah.
So where on earth would they get the manpower?
Yeah.
To construct some of these large things like Stonehenge.
Yep. There are evidence over there where the pyramids are in Egypt of, well, we think there's slave camps, hundreds of remnants of housing. But they weren't slave camps. They didn't make them work under the whip and work to death. They were all paid workers. They paid for the workers to build the pyramids, whoever it was, and they were taken care of. They fed them on mead and meat. Well, you've got an example of that over there.
I was just going to say they found a pit full of animal bones.
Yep.
Like tens of thousands of animal bones.
No, in the early days of railroad construction over there, your guys employed work gangs that were fed solely on mead and they gave them a special name, mead and meat, and that's all they ate. And they were some of the strongest people ever. They gave them a special name.
Navvies.
Navvies. That's right. Navvies. And they built all the early constructions. They could work all day without a problem. And they were fed meat and meat for 4 times a day. And they could lift objects more, heavier than any other man could. And they just had them there swinging their hammers and whatever, picks through hills and stuff. And that was a similar thing with the Egyptian pyramid builders, whoever they were, whenever they were. But these work camps are older, apparently, than the pyramids themselves. They estimate it. We can't really tell how old an object is with carbon dating. It's our most accurate tool, but it isn't that accurate. We can certainly tell if something was made in 1920s or the 1980s with carbon dating. All up until, what's it called again? It's a time period. Through time that archaeologists use, scientists use. I think it's an actual date, like a month, a day, a month. It's in the 1950s or the
Don't know.
1940s. Can't remember. It's to do with nuclear testing. It's when the nuclear bombs went off.
Oh,
It
yeah, so
fucked
still,
up all carbon testing. So they know if there's any, whatever the thing is, not radiation, but something like it.
yeah, it is
They'll know.
radiation because everything on the
Yeah.
planet got radiated and
Yeah,
medical
there's
grade,
radiation all over. Yeah, so if they
medical
discover
grade steel.
radiation in their carbon testing, they know that it's not pre-1940, for example. But, this is stuff that they dig up.
All right, gentlemen.
That's,
I will have to call it a day.
yeah, no worries, mate.
Right, mate.
I'll have-
Thank you very much.
It was a pretty heavy weekend, and I'll have to get up early, so.
Yeah, no worries.
No worries, mate. Enjoy your night and enjoy your week ahead.
Or at least try to, if you're working.
Yeah, I'm working all week.
Well, we might
All
catch
right.
up on Tuesday.
Yeah, probably will be there. Yeah. All right, catch you later, gentlemen. Have a good week.
And you. See you later,
You
mate.
too, mate. Bye-bye. I didn't know we owned a jet wash, mate. Otherwise, I would have used it. Oh, no, wait. It was too dark. Wouldn't have seen what
I
was
didn't know
doing.
we had shares in BP Fuel.
We do.
Well, we must. Sitting here all this time with the tractor
What?
running.
Was I? Oh, I don't normally do that. You know me.
I know. You'd busted my arse if that was the case. Jesus,
Yeah.
waste fuel.
Oops. It's still running. Needs to be repaired, though. And possibly fuel, but it's not desperate. It's not desperate for either, actually.
No.
But it should be.
You've got pigs. 40 pigs.
Oh, I could have been mowing our lawn. Got a nice little lawnmower here.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Oh, Gizmo.
Hello, Gizmo.
Hello, Gizmoses.
How are we doing?
Good, and you?
All right, mate.
Yeah, good. Yeah, been a good day again. And it hasn't rained once today.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
There'll be a drought call out tomorrow.
Yep,
There'll
there'll
be
a hose pipe ban, Johnny.
Yep.
Probably.
Bloody
No,
hell.
It was a
A
good
whole
day.
day without rain.
We went to rugby tots this morning.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that was quite fun, but he was a bit worn out from the day before with all playing with all the other grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
So he got a bit touchy at one point. But he was all right after that. He enjoyed it. And then we went out for a Father's Day meal.
Oh,
Yeah, it
Yep.
was quite good. Yeah, it's good.
all right, cool.
How's everybody else doing?
Good.
Yeah, all right, mate.
Be bad.
Hey, Johnny.
You were away?
Remember we put a fuel
Yes.
tank in 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Look where I'm at now.
Oh, the fuel tank. Yeah.
And we put one in the front yard. This is the one in the backyard.
Yeah, it's too hard to get.
Is Scrumpf not in?
Just left,
Just left, mate. Just left.
Oh, just left.
Yeah.
Right, okay. 'Cause I clicked on his
Maybe
stream.
2 minutes before you logged in.
Yeah. No, I clicked on his stream.
Yep.
And it's running, but it was starting from the beginning, so I thought he must have gone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he only just left.
That's all right.
Oh, I'm going to duck to the loo and make a coffee while I'm up. I'll be back.
You want to do a contract?
Sure.
Okay. Silage.
That's another map, is it, Jamie, that has a lot of contracts?
Yeah, a lot of grass contracts in this one.
All right. That map Johnny put up in the week. That other Irish map.
Glengarry?
I don't know what it was called, but it was
Yeah.
only half a map, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was all square fields. It wasn't.
It was all square fields. And
I saw that. I thought it was very disappointing.
Yeah,
but the thing was, it was so small. I couldn't see why he put it up because it was absolutely no good for us lot. You know, just half a map. Because even the outskirts weren't even, you know, like you couldn't pull a few stones out or cut a few trees down and then plough it up. It was all like mountainous, wasn't it?
Give it that much look after I saw how it was laid out. I thought, well, I know nowhere that's laid out like that.
No, well, I watched Klein.
Oh, he did a review, did he?
He did a review. I watched that because I thought, well, if you're gonna find out what's going on,
Yep.
you might as well get the man on the job.
What did he say?
And it saves you all the hassle. Well, he doesn't really comment on stuff like that, but it had a lot of stuff that didn't comply with basically the premise of 22, you know, being out to sell everything and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
So it didn't do that well on the point scoring because there was a lot of stuff you couldn't sell because there was no sell points for it, and there was a lot of stuff you couldn't remove all of the buildings, or you could remove some of the buildings but you couldn't remove the triggers. Stuff like that was staying there, you know. So he knocked the points for that. But he wasn't as poetic as he was about this one.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he can't be too biased, I suppose. You know, he can't just go, well, I don't know why he bothered doing this. Even though that's probably what he's thinking. But
Well, to be honest, that would be a more honest review, and I'm not saying the way he does it is dishonest or anything like that.
No. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. But you know, it probably would be fine if he was doing single player. and you didn't mind square maps, a square field.
I was just going to say square map with a square field.
You know,
Or lots of tiny square fields.
It was a square map, really.
Yeah.
It was the middle square.
Yes.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, because I saw the Irish map and I thought, oh, okay,
yeah,
have a little look at that.
Exactly what I thought, and I thought, oh, I'll have a hunt through Klein's list of what YouTube pop-ups, find it and have a look, and that's what I did. And I thought, oh no, why have you put this up, John? Certainly no multiplayer. Even though it had a lot of places where you could start new maps, but it just didn't have any room.
Just have to ask him, Johnny.
But
Glengarry map. You put the post up. Was there a reason behind it? Because we're
yeah,
thinking.
it's nice.
Really?
Bloody nice, man. Yeah.
We weren't sold on the
What?
square fields.
Or the size of it, John.
Oh, yeah, I know. The square fields were a bit, nah, but
It was only
overall,
half.
it's a nice map.
It was only half a map as well. Just virtually the border of it is unusable.
Oh, yeah. But
So it was only
You
the
could.
centre of the map, but that was farmable.
Yes. Yes.
And the outside you couldn't even like cut the trees down and plough it up.
No, no.
It was so all over the place.
But ideal map for little equipment. And there is room for 4 farms there.
And but you got no area of land, have you? If you put 4 farms on there, you've got no.
Jesus, Doc.
No, there is place to put 4 farms.
Yeah,
Already done. You don't have to field
I
all
know, but the fields, you wouldn't have enough fields to support
Yeah, you
4
would.
farms.
Yeah, you would.
You wouldn't, because you're only on half a map.
Yeah, I know.
That was probably 1 kilometre by 1 kilometre.
You want to cut grass or do you want to haul?
No, I'll cut the grass.
Okay. JCB's
I
the field.
tried to. Oh, there we go.
Thing that turned me off about it straight away, as soon as I saw the PDA, I thought, no.
Oh, the square fields, yeah, I do agree. But
Square fields in a square map, tiny. I mean, why give it a title of County Antrim, Northern Ireland, when it looks nothing like County Antrim, Northern Ireland?
I didn't read that bit, Wonko.
Well, I
just saw the name and thought, Glengarry, it's got to be Irish. Let's look it up on Farmer Klein. Didn't check it out another way. I didn't read the because I never downloaded it.
yeah, but I still think it's a pretty map. I like pretty. And yeah, it is only small, but depends on what you want to do. I'm not a big fan of small maps unless they're really pretty. And I think pretty. I'd rather a big, huge map. Where it takes me all day to mow a field or harvest it.
You mean like Friday night's one?
Ergo Western Australia.
Yeah, Friday night's one.
I really like it. But, you know, it's probably a bit big for our group. It'd be nicer if we had a bigger group, but it's only a standby until that 4x map comes out.
I wouldn't say it was too big for us, to be honest.
You don't?
No.
No, I think
Why
you got
did
to.
you
You have to have a minimum of 4 people there, I
Yeah.
think, though, to do it. Like, you can't.
Fine.
Like, that's why I said the other night, now there was only 2 of us. I wasn't going to.
It's definitely going to be. It's going to be challenging to start it, but once it's rolling, it'll be all right.
Yep.
Because we can always cut these fields in half to make it a little bit more doable in an evening. Put it that way.
doable.
Yeah.
Well,
I
one
mean,
field's already been cut in half. I don't know whether we need to cut the other one in half, but we could.
but I mean, the thing is, what, there was 4 of us on
Yeah.
for quite a while, and we still never got
Yeah,
it
5
all
hours.
and we still never got it all harvested.
No, we're on for 5 hours.
So we really
Start to
don't
finish.
want, if you're going to go on, you might as well get it done and dusted
Yeah.
in a session. You don't want any fields bigger than that. Apart from anything else, it's probably boring for everyone to watch. All you're
They
doing is
love it. I get a lot of views from that. Where
all
the
you're
hell am
doing
I?
is harvesting for 5 hours.
You're in the
they're
grass
probably
field.
from Insomniacs Anonymous.
They probably watch one go.
Insomniacs Anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
That's the problem I have with large maps. I find it tedious sitting on the same field for hours at a time doing the same job.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was just like we were on it for
It is tedious on your own.
2.5 hours. Well, we had 3 harvesters running, and I don't think we even did a third in that time.
We're close to a third.
When you looked on the PDA, you're thinking,
Where are you going?
That's where I want to. I wanted to line up.
That is a long time.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Just to do that.
Hey, Brummy used to play that map on his own in 19.
Yeah, but that's Brummy. He's special.
He is,
Yeah, he is special. I'll give him that.
and he's yeah, but that was back in the day when he was really into it, wasn't it?
He loved farm sim
That was back in the days when he was doing it 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
We're doing it 1.
Yeah.
He was doing it 5 nights a week with auto drive and course play and God knows what else. And most of the time, he wasn't doing anything other than keeping them empty and making sure they weren't running off the fields.
Yeah. Oh, you can blame Brummy because I suggested the map to him. He goes, "Oh, I love that map. Yeah, we can have a go at it."
I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just merely making a point.
Yeah. But think about it though. You say, I've already cut a third, at least a third, minimum a third off our second field, right? And made it into 2 fields. Now, the big one we're working on now,
right?
If we cut it in half, what do you want to do with the other half? Just curious.
We can just grow 2 different crops.
At 2 different times, you mean?
No, we can grow, like, instead of just having a one massive wheat field, which is what we've got now.
Yeah.
We could have something where we're growing barley or canola or soybeans as well as.
I understand that, but you're saying because the field's so big, it takes so long to do it. It will still take the same amount of time doing 2 fields.
Yeah, but
unless we split them.
But you're only doing 1 at a time.
I don't understand what the difference is if you have 1 big field or you have 2 smaller fields that are the same size as the big field.
The bigger field.
No, that's
it's going to be all. It's going to be all 1 week doing it, next week doing it, third week doing it, same field, where it's the same space, but you're breaking it up into smaller segments. So if anybody's a viewer, or as Wonko said, get bored with it, I'm harvesting canola this week. Next week I'm going to harvest oats. Next week I'm going to harvest soybeans. You're kind of just making it a little bit more different for the viewers and for yourself to do. I think that's what Gizmo's saying. It's the same size, but you're breaking up the.
But you're doing the same job.
Like 3 million litres of wheat, so we could buy a load of chickens, right? But if we had, if we were getting
what's going on here?
Canola and sugar beets, we could get pigs.
Yeah. Very good.
Is what I'm saying.
Yes, I do understand. What the
You know you're on the clock, right?
Yeah, bloody courseplay isn't working for me. Not doing what I want
Courseplay?
to do.
I can't get Andy's trailer to
Not
work
courseplay.
anymore either.
Andy's trailer to work anymore.
Yeah, for some reason.
What, the service trailer?
Yeah.
I haven't had any trouble with it.
It's not. It's
No.
when you get the F1, it's coming up with MM instead of just 1M. I'm wondering if it's
Come on. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm wondering if it's the other toolbox.
Don't know, maybe.
Because it was working.
It's working for me. If you're looking at the stream right now, Gizmo, I just opened the box.
Right. But have you got the other toolbox in that game? You know, the snap-on toolbox.
Ian's? No.
No. Right. Well, what I'm saying is on Backroads County now, I can't get the trailer to work because when you press the button, it comes up MM, and you can't press MM, and I can't.
You've got
I
a
can't
snap-on toolbox.
I haven't. No, I've only got Andy's trailer. I'm wondering if someone else has got the snap-on toolbox.
Well, it shouldn't affect you.
Yeah. I'll log in and see if mine, because I have Andy's trailer on my back roads as well.
Yeah. Because I don't think I've done anything.
Andy, I mean,
I've done anything.
Ian's toolbox uses the same key command.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I've now got 2 M's come up when I try to use my
That's better.
Andy's trailer.
Yeah.
Well, just go into the key bindings and fix it.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's saying M.
I don't own this land.
Don't you?
Have we got the contract for it?
Yep. But you might be out. You're on the verge.
Oh, well, I'm going to keep going, though.
Did we go through a month or something?
Don't think so.
Oh, I wasn't here
You
last
weren't here
week.
last week. Yeah.
That's right.
I checked your sheep. They seem to have food.
Yes, thank you. You can't feed them with anything but small bales, because the guy that built the sheep pen's a communist.
Oh, there is that, mate. You know.
Is he really?
He is. You gotta try to drive on top of the sheep pen. I don't know, a telehandler I guess would work, but it's easier to just to throw the small bales and chuck them in there.
And how are you, Doc?
Exhausted.
Oh yeah.
Still,
Well, yeah.
you need to give up this exhausted business. It's exhausting.
Wow, we can't all be pensioners like you.
Well.
Some of
How
us
many
have
hours?
to... Huh?
How many hours this week?
This week I didn't do too good. I only got 40.
Oh.
I was sick a couple of days.
What, man flu?
No, COVID flu or something.
The man-made flu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was half right.
Wanko just wants an opportunity to use the word man flu.
Yeah, he did.
He's been waiting weeks to use that phrase.
Hey, Doc, see there's a new Anno game being worked on?
Huh?
Nah, you've been hiding in the closet, haven't you? New
Well,
Anno game coming out.
Yeah, I work more hours than you're awake.
Doubt that.
Probably more hours than he's asleep.
More hours than I'm asleep, yeah.
Would be more likely.
I only have 2 3-hour naps a day. At most.
6 times a day. Well, I better go get my freaking mowers going over here.
I guess your scythe's working.
Yeah, my peasants, my dentured, what'd they call them?
Servant. Indentured servants.
No, that works, but that's not what's the word for the farmers that they screwed and basically made them slaves? They gave them land that they couldn't pay back. Serfs?
Oh, serfs, yeah.
Yeah.
Short
Yeah,
name,
'cause-
servants.
Yeah, because the king would give them land. It was their land. But then he wouldn't pay them enough for their crops so that they could actually, buy anything.
Yeah, like nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's been going on. I don't know. That big farms make plenty of money.
But that's the thing, you have to go big, or you just can't cope.
Well, because otherwise, then you'd have, you can't
Everyone
afford
would be
to have.
doing it.
Well, you got to be big enough to be able to have some Mexicans or Guatemala.
Back in the day, you could hand milk 20 cows and make a good weekly wage. Now, you have to milk 1,000.
3 times a day. Over here, you got to milk about 4,000 if you want to make any money.
Yeah, I'm just talking about, to get the average wage, you have to milk 1,000 cow. Average wage here is pretty low.
All right, where am I?
Look at the map and Scrump's in every vehicle he owns still.
How does he do that?
Talented.
Yeah. The man's an animal.
Most men are.
Oh man, I mowed this and now is it ready to mow again? No, it's not ready to mow again.
Doc, we can't help it. You don't have the same level of commitment to farm as him as you do to real life.
I
Yeah, you
can't
get your
help.
priorities sorted out, man.
I had a funeral last week. Couldn't go. Didn't go to the funeral because I was sick. Couldn't get out of bed.
Final trial is that, no?
It's ours.
Really?
Yeah. It's the one I bought last week.
Oh, okay.
It's no good.
It was whole small bales than that other one you had.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. It's no good for the tight gateways, but this one here, we're okay to get in and get out. That's why I took that other one on first, and I realized that I was like, we can use this big girl.
Got my chickie out there mowing.
Bringing mower.
I don't know. You guys should use these mowers. They're fantastic.
Huh?
You guys should use these mowers.
Which ones are they? Doc?
Huh?
Which ones are you using?
The hand mowers.
You're still using them?
They're awesome. They actually work.
It's cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
The rest of these small little weird shaped fields, the regular tractors don't mow half of it. miss bits all over the place.
Right.
Yeah, you do.
These things, put it on course play. Let the little chickie go and mow it for the rest of the time being.
She's not going to have very good legs by the time she's done this. The soles her feet are be wore out.
Is there an actual person walking behind them?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
you'll see
Oh,
this
wow.
my stream there.
She don't care. She's got thighs of steel. Don't get too excited, Wonko.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's my mowing lady.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You think they could have made her walk, wouldn't you? Looks like she's skiing behind it.
Well, when you're actually running it, the animations all work really well, but the course play, the animations not so
Oh,
well.
okay. Right.
I sent you a link, Wonka.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I'll have a look later.
Yeah, I subscribe to that guy. He does a lot of British history, and I think he's nearly walked the entire length and breadth of England. I may have seen the pyramid one on his channel. I can't remember.
Oh,
What, he was walking the pyramids?
No,
Was he walking the pyramids?
no, it's an English British pyramid.
Ah, okay.
Man, Wonko, you're having an awful time.
oh no. But, hey, up, there's a deer in the air. Yeah, the first time Super Strength came on was because I was stuck. This time I'll just load the truck.
Well, earlier today I needed super strength in real life because I got my truck in a ditch, but I got it out.
Couldn't get the button to work.
Well, I had to put it in 4-wheel drive, and
Ah,
we went kayaking today, and I pulled over onto the side of the road, like the gravel road, because I thought, oh, I'll just pull over here, and there's a bunch of tall grass. Well, there's a giant hole in the tall grass.
Yeah, yeah, that's a classic, that is.
Then I get out, and I'm like, that's not just a hole, that's a ravine.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't go any further.
Yeah, I've done that when I just started learning, driving.
This looks like cheating, Wonko.
No,
Wonka,
no,
cheat?
no.
Never.
This is just, you know. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm helping.
Okay, well, help like that I could do without. Thank you.
See? Whee!
That's pretty normal.
Hey, how come you can pick up my stuff?
I don't know, but it's fun.
Jesus.
See, that's a goal right there. See, that's a goal. Or a try. Maybe it's a try. Hold on, let me punt it. Boom. Eee. See?
Oh.
Ow. Wonko's cheating everybody.
Oh.
I'm watching him do it.
Bloody hell.
Think Johnny gonna get it finished before you go?
Probably not. I will endeavour to try.
The only thing is, these mowers on the first headland seem to get stuck for some reason. Like they can't
Getting
make the
collision
turn.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's like they can't make the turn next to a fence. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, the fences have got collisions, so might be how far the collisions are out. going,
No, they just don't. They don't turn tight enough, and I don't know why.
just not strong enough, obviously. Want to give them super strength as well.
I'm loaded. Bags of lime on an 8-bag lime truck.
Yeah, if they make it around the first headland, then they seem to do all right. Yeah, because last time I was here, I was trying to get that wheat planted or whatever.
Yes, we stayed till you finished, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it all taken care of. What else can I plant? Oh, I could still plant wheat and barley. What was I planting? Canola, wasn't it?
No, it takes a long time to gestate, mate.
Do I?
Huh?
I couldn't hear.
Canola takes one of the longest times to get to harvest date.
Mm.
If you want a quick turnaround, you plant oats or sorghum. They're the quickest growth.
Really doesn't matter though when we're doing seasons because it's only going to be next year anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean,
season stuffs up stuff.
well, no, it's just that I had to get the canola planted because I could still plant wheat
Oh, yeah.
and barley now. It's gonna be bedtime by the time I get this grass off. This field is horrible. I don't want to do this field again.
Next week, if I'm here, it will be later in the day for me.
Okay. Oh, John, you'll pick up the slack.
All the confidence in the world. This is a better field to do, Johnny. It's not that little short jumping back and forth.
No. It is better.
Oh, Jesus.
Something didn't go to plan?
Raina got a little bit sleepy.
Super strength again?
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
that guy that I sent you the link to, Wonko, he was the one that first talked about navies. That's where I learned about navies, what they did.
Okay.
No, it's not okay, Wonka. You're making it worse.
For some reason, it's not working like it normally does.
Are you attached to a building or a fence?
No, I just seem to be. Oh, well, tracked the right way up again.
Boy.
Doc, I think you'll have to send the local council around to check and see the roads are being abused by overweight trailers running up and down them.
Well, I think we just need to send a breathalyzer to the counselor. Bring in one of them drug recognition experts. We use them a lot here now.
I'm going to follow you for a second here because when you get over this bumpy road up here, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, you definitely want to have that on tape.
It'll be good.
Oh, what are you hungry? You want a snack?
Wouldn't mind breakfast, thanks.
Okay. I gotta go get the dog a snack. Okay, hold on. Let me just park my tractor. Snack time? I'll give you a snack. All right.
Will admit, Wonko, I didn't think you were going to make that turn that easy.
Not too bad as long as I actually pay attention to what I'm doing.
Okay. Go have your snack. Ah.
All right, I got a load, Johnny. I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
Now I want a snack. Come here, sheeps. I'm hungry.
Have you got Manor Lords yet, Wonko?
I've got time, mate, unfortunately.
Hey. Haven't had time, did you say?
Yeah, I haven't got time to play it at the moment.
Yep. No.
Well, what's this new Anno game? Is it by Ubisoft?
Yeah. Same team are working on it. Unfortunately.
They're developing. What's the year this
game.
time?
Anno 117.
117. AD? Romans. We're gonna kill Jesus?
Map. Yep. The world map looks like our world map. So that's interesting. Like the earlier version of our world map. So we'll be able to invade England again and take it over again.
That would be fantastic.
Let's try.
Yeah, but the Vikings didn't get there till what, the 12th century, 11th?
No, before that.
Was it before that?
Yeah. The Normans came in 1066. Vikings
Yeah.
were more like 500. BC or AC? AC.
Uh-oh, they got wonkoed.
Hey?
Yeah,
I'm for a lot of shit tonight.
Wonko, I need super strength. You're the only one that can turn it on, I think, right?
Oh, no. I
No.
can do it for you.
Everyone could turn it on, though.
Well, Wonko's the only one I've seen turn it on, so I just figured he was the only one that had the ability to, because he's the counselor.
No. The missions are for everyone to use super strength.
Well, this stupid bunker silo is ridiculous.
Oh, blame an inanimate object. Your problem. I see.
No, I'm just trying to. It's so tight, and I'm trying to reverse the wagon all the way to the back, and it keeps getting stuck in the silage.
Yeah, no, supposedly you'll be a Roman governor in charge of building up a new island or roadmap, landmass, you know, with everything in it, colosseums, aqueducts, all that shit,
You have to build it?
apparently. Hey,
Are you gonna have to build all that nonsense?
yeah, same as in 1800, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, maybe it'll be cool. I was kind of thinking it was time for a new Anno game.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did. Well, there's not much more they could do with 1800.
I think that they've actually gone a little bit too long without releasing another game.
Yeah, but they're trying to milk. They are a business, and they're trying to milk as much money as they can.
Yeah, but you get more money out of a new game anyway, because everybody goes and buys it.
Yeah, I know. They're just, been.
There is development costs and those things to put into it, though, too, for new.
Yeah. So, yeah, they've just been milking it for as long as they can, and then they've given up now with it. Now they've made it cross-platform. Well, not cross-platform, but now they've made it for console as well. What else do we do, you know?
Which I don't quite understand how a console. I mean, Anno runs pretty freaking hard, but it's only for the the big consoles. It doesn't run on the regular
Yeah,
one.
you won't get an old console to run Anno. God no.
Mm-mm. Where Farm Sim the next version of Farm Sim needs to drop the old legacy consoles too.
Yeah.
This game on my Xbox is not even close to this game.
Yeah.
I haven't run out of slots. I haven't had any trouble playing the game, but you don't that even the in-game AI stuff, all you have is go to. That's all you got.
Yep.
Just you're missing a lot of features and just time to give it up.
The new Farm Sim's supposed to be called Farm Sim 25.
According to who?
according to all the leaked sources, apparently.
And
Some-
they do FarmCon this summer. I'm sure we'll get a
Yep,
big video series
that's when it's supposed to come out.
next
At
month.
that FarmCon. Yep, next FarmCon. Yeah, it was leaked somewhere by some horrible American YouTuber.
Yeah, you can't trust them anyway. They make shit up to get likes.
Yeah, well, this guy, he'll never get a like off me. I watched some of his so-called stuff. Oh, I just can't stand him. And I can't mute it to watch it because I can't figure out what he's doing. You know, he does some mod reviews, and he did this Farm Sim 25 leak video, and the video's since been taken down, but he did have proof it was there, so I had to watch through it.
Wasn't it so say on a database leak from
Epic.
what's it, Epic?
Yeah, the Epic leaked it. Epic leaked it. It was taken down the next day. Which wasn't quick enough because a lot of people navelled it up, you know, watched it.
What they do, add it to their game queue for pre-order or something,
Yeah.
and then
Added to their game queue. Farm Sim 25. Coming soon. Oops.
somebody was putting it in there and forgot to hide it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, because this is 22. We had 3 years of game. I would be satisfied with going another year, but I can see from Giants. Well, I think Giants
They need to
just
make
run it.
money. They can't make any more money on this. What
Well,
friggin' DLCs are they going to bring out?
Their
No.
DLCs are kind of. I don't know what they're gonna do because they've got so much in the game now. If you put all the DLCs together, I don't know how you can't run them all on one map.
They'll come up with something.
They've got to expand the map size.
This dickhead did speculate a few things. Oh, what, you know, he had his wish list of what he wanted. And most of the things, like 90% of the things he wished for, were impossible to do.
He also said that 22 was 3 years between launches because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
but that
was
just
nothing-
shows his ignorance, doesn't it?
But it was nothing to do with that, was it? It was to do with the fact they were getting rid of focus and the game weren't ready.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they
And
waited
they-
an
and
extra
they-
year.
And they were launching it themselves, so it took an extra year. But he put it down to COVID.
That's what I said, he's the real. Tell it.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, because if they do a 25, then that's going to go back to they're going to go to the 3-year model, which I personally think is much better.
Quite agree, Doc. I think
Well,
it
for
gives
people
all
that
the
have-
modders and stuff to catch up with the new method of doing stuff.
Well, by the time you got after 2 years, by the time you got some decent maps to play, you felt like, well, we're just wasting our time till a new one comes out, and then
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
you
And
know,
normally the best maps came out just before the new one came out.
yeah. And now you're
just before
seeing,
the new version.
you're seeing there's maps coming out, but a lot of the stuff that's coming out is pretty good, but they're kind of stretching for mods now to try to keep the volume up.
Yeah,
There's
well,
not
they
a
keep
lot of
bringing
people.
out baler packs, grass care packs that we've already got. Why do we need another one? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, big deal. It's a different brand. Who cares? The stuff we've got works fine. We don't need another 20 of them.
Yes, but you know what it was like pre-Deere being officially in the game.
Hmm.
Everybody and his dog was trying to run their tractor, and most of them were garbage.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm glad
Yep.
that they've done what they've done with Giant and the DLC, but it's getting a bit too much now. They're releasing stuff that's already in the game under a different brand name. Oh, please. It's enough.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
start when you do a DLC pack. I think they're starting to run out of ideas of what they can do for DLCs because it's like, okay, there's only so much equipment in the world,
Yeah.
you know, and it all kind of does the same thing. So unless you do like, the major expansion packs where one was all forestry equipment, okay, cool, whatever. It's part of the game that we don't really focus much on. That
Yeah.
was good to see.
Or unless you
Giant.
go Asian and start doing rice equipment and stuff like that.
Well, then it come to the vegetables, which I think we need to do more vegetable stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
More.
Yeah. Peas
Let's
and stuff and onions.
yeah, green.
Yeah.
Green
But
beans.
for God's
Yeah. Yeah.
sake,
Yeah.
if they're going to
Yeah.
stick with DeWolf as their vegetable harvesters, for God's sake, give us the ones that have got capacity. Give us the ones with header tag, because they make them. That DeWolf, the big DeWolf harvester, it comes with a header tank.
Yes, but it doesn't always. It's not always necessarily up to Giants what they get to produce.
Yeah, probably. Well, I don't know. I hope that's the case. Because
Be,
if
a,
Giants
a
gave
lot
us
of
that, if they gave it to us as a laugh, you know,
well, a lot of times
the hired worker is absolutely useless at running that while you're trying to run beside it. It is a piece of equipment you must have two people with. Courseplay doesn't like it much either.
well, they're trying to work on that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Well, supposedly there'll be a complete new hired worker system. GPS will become standard in the game. Courseplay will be introduced as a game in the game. Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit.
All the stuff that we've heard since 15.
Yeah. It's the same stuff. They're just regurgitating. Oh, it'll finally be here. Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit.
Get the feeling you're a little skeptical, Johnny.
Giants promise you the world, and all you end up with is a tiny island.
I know.
I would like to see the animal extension be put in there, with the calves.
There's going to be more animals too.
What do you mean more animals? What more animals?
There'll be more animals. Really? What are we going to have? Kangaroos?
Llamas, Johnny. That's the way forward.
Llamas. Yeah, llamas. Uh-huh.
Well, there are no goats and llamas.
Camels and some chimpanzees, cats and rats.
Llamas and goats for mohair.
Yeah.
Instead of wool.
Yeah.
And they can all be walking around in two-tone suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see the vegetable crops. I mean, you got DeWolf, you got Oxbow, both make vegetable harvesting equipment.
So does Grimmy.
Yeah, Grimmy does too.
Grimmy has a harvester that does the three new crops. It does the three new crops in real life, but not in game. No.
Yeah, but they haven't paid enough money.
Obviously not.
They haven't paid enough to be in game. That's the problem there, mate.
Well, Giants are paying these companies to use their stuff.
Well, I thought it was the other way round.
No.
Really?
No, Giants have got to pay a royalty to use their equipment.
That's why they're selective.
So they wouldn't put it down as advertising?
No, because You have no idea what they probably had to pay John Deere to get them in the game.
Yeah.
Really?
And John Deere is very specific about what they let
I didn't
go
realise
out.
that.
Like all the farm tractor toys and stuff that are, John Deere's big on that. John Deere tells the manufacturers what will be produced.
I didn't realise that. Doc. I thought that because this game was getting so popular, John Deere wanted a bit of the action.
No, I think the Giants have been trying to get them into the action because they are so popular.
Right.
And to get rid of all those bloody faulty mods that idiots from America kept releasing that made the game crash.
That might have
That
been the
wiped
deciding
out
factor
save.
for John Deere to agree to it.
Yeah, to agree, because they've had enough of all these people producing stuff that's shit.
John Deere has a hit team for patent infringement out there. They scan social media, because I know some of the farm toy guys that were building green things with yellow wheels and got cease and desist orders.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Even though
Well,
they weren't calling them John Deere stuff, even though it was
No,
obvious.
even though they weren't, it was the colour. They were using their
Yeah.
colour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when Farmer's Dynasty was first released, the tractor you got in game was called a Dear John.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it got
Yeah.
removed.
Immediately. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear John, that's pretty cool.
Well, the worst part about that was it was a Dear John in green, but it was the model of an international farm all.
Oh, was it?
If I remember right, it was.
Right. Okay.
The model
Well,
itself was like a farm all.
So they hadn't even got that right.
Yeah, but
No.
but see, that's the John Deere hit squad going out there and
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, you're too close to using our name."
Yeah. It's gonna
Are you
cost.
familiar with? Are you familiar with like Gibson guitars?
Yep.
So Gibson's like the complete opposite. They're the iconic, one of the two American guitar brands. Everybody thinks of a guitar. There's four shapes. Gibson makes two of them. Fender makes two of them.
Right.
But Gibson never, all the patent infringements that companies were ripping their stuff off, Gibson never went on their legal team. So now they've decided to try to kind of cut back on it and go after people that were copying and ripping off their stuff. And they've been losing the court cases because they said, well, for the last 20 years, 30 years, you haven't done anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
So,
Yeah, well, there's Chinese Gibsons out there too.
Yeah.
there's Chinese strings out there. I don't know how, like, unless you're an aficionado in that stuff, which I understand, because if you buy D'Addario strings, they are made in the USA. That's where they're made. So you should never pick up a package off of Amazon and open it up and it says made in China, because it never would be. They're made in New York City, America.
Yep.
But I was watching the video and and I'm thinking, well, I would have never known that those were Chinese knockoff strings. I bought them off Amazon,
Yeah.
So how many things am I buying off Amazon are knockoffs and I don't even know about it,
Yeah, I
There's a
think
lot of stuff.
probably a lot of stuff you buy off Amazon.
Yep.
Yeah, does it have a... I started getting really careful about where I was, what things I was buying off of Amazon from where, because...
Exactly right, mate. That's exactly what I do now. I never buy anything. I only buy stuff that really, if it's not that brilliant, it's not going to be the end of the world, like Strimmer line.
Well, I usually use Amazon because of the shipping.
Yeah, exactly.
The shipping on anything else is a pain in the ass. Amazon, it's really fast.
Yeah.
It's there. But I look I look at the seller. Where's this coming from? Is it coming
Yeah.
from a small business?
in
Like,
America. Yeah,
yeah, like there's
yeah,
a Chicago Music Exchange store
right,
that sells a lot on Amazon.
right.
So if I'm buying it from them, I know I'm getting,
What you want?
yeah, I'm getting the
Yeah,
real product.
yeah,
But a lot of times you buy stuff like tools, you're like, I don't know if this is a real one or not.
yeah. My boy, one of my youngest boys into guitars. He's got a Gibson Les Paul and I don't know what the make is. It's a Flying V.
Probably could be another Gibson. Gibson made the Flying V also.
Right, right. That's what it'd be then. But they're really nice and they were quite expensive as well.
Gibsons are very expensive, and that's why I don't own any.
I bought him a Martin acoustic
Uh,
for his 21st birthday, and that was nearly $1,000.
how long ago was that?
He's 33, so that was 12 years ago.
Yeah, that guitar, that a Martin acoustic that was $1,000 back then is like 2,500 now.
Yeah, that was
They
a
are
lovely. I mean, I don't know nothing about guitars. I just went into this really good music shop that we got in Barnet, and I went, my boy's 21, and he's got electric guitars and that. I said, but it's driving his mother crazy. I said, have you got a decent acoustic that I can buy for his 21st? And the bloke went, well, we got this and this and this. And I said, well, what is the best? He said, that is the best. I said, well, I'll have that then.
Well, they are really very, very nice.
And I said to the bloke, I said, look, I won't take it with me. Is it all right if I bring him down? I said, because if he don't like it, then we'll swap it for what one he does like. And he went, yeah, that's fine, mate. So I bought it off him. And then I picked the boy up from college one night and took him up there before they shut. And he said, what we going in here for? I said, it's your birthday present. And like when the guy brought it out, I don't think he could believe it. But there you go. Oh, all right. I'm watching Scrump, and he just went airborne.
I bought my acoustic guitar when I was 13 years old, and it cost me $20.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a long time ago, mind you.
I've never ever been into that sort of thing, but he's been into it, since he was a teenager.
Well, you can't get a better hobby than playing an instrument.
Yeah, right, and he's not bad at it, but he's not he's never got in a band or anything.
Yeah, I don't either.
The grandchildren are very impressed, and when they hear like U2 or someone on the radio, and they do a guitar solo, they go, "That's Uncle Nino." He's a policeman. That's what they call him. And they go, "That's Uncle Nino playing." When they're driving around in the car. But they must have been quite impressed when he showed them what he could do.
Yeah, my dad plays the piano and the guitar, and we used to have a little concert every night.
Yeah. Yeah, that was back in the day. My uncles used to have all that. I had an aunt who was an opera singer, and she was just amazing. The voice on her, and they used to have like parties, and there'd be stereo in the front room and the piano in the back room, and they'd all be in there. Someone would come in and start playing the piano, and Aunt Agnes would turn up, and sometimes there was guys there that could sing as well, and they all used to join in. God knows what the neighbours thought, but they never complained, so I guess he must have invited them.
I never played in bands because most of the musicians were always on drugs.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, who knew?
I wouldn't have thought
Same thing in England, mate.
I wouldn't have
They were
thought that was
mostly on drugs.
I wouldn't have thought that was a given.
Yeah.
much.
If you're going to be in a band,
Yeah.
you've got to be on drugs.
Yep.
Yeah. I would
Pretty
say
much.
for the
Might have
majority of it.
been in the 70s, but I wouldn't have thought that was a given now.
Well, I mean, that was in the 90s, early 2000s when I was looking for
Right,
people
okay.
to play with. I would jam out with people in college. There was a music room with a drum set, and we would just hang around and hope people would show up that could play the drums.
Yeah, right, okay.
You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we'd jam out and everything. But you know, it's just not that kind of crowd that I want to hang out with because
Yep.
you know they're
You know, I
they're
played the
very
guitar and the piano when I was younger, and there was someone in town advertising for drum lesson, and I thought I'll give that a go. So I booked in and went around there, and he did. Wasn't just one person at a time. He did, you know, I think there was 6 there at the time. And my God, I just couldn't pick it up. I just couldn't do what I was told to do, you know,
Yeah.
or instructed to do. The drums,
okay.
the piano I picked up easily. The guitar was a little harder, but I picked it up. But these drums, no fucking hope in hell. I went twice and that was it. You had, you know, there were weekly sessions. I went twice, and after the second one, I thought, no, I can't do this. But I could play guitar reasonably
Loads
well,
of missing appetite, aren't they?
and the piano I could play anything from pop to classical music. But the drums, no, just couldn't get it.
My dad used to play drums in high school for a while, and then he just decided to stick with the piano and the organ, and then he taught himself how to play guitar later on, which is the piano is his main instrument, not the guitar.
Yeah.
Music actually makes sense on the piano. It's every other instrument, you just get a piece of it, but the piano, every music theory and everything is very well laid out. It all makes sense. Whoever come up with it probably came up with it for the piano or the harpsichord.
Yep.
All right, 2 hours and 31 minutes to finish plowing this field. Okay.
Bad, mate.
I'm going to go and make a cup of tea. I'll be back in a bit.
Okay, bud. Yeah, you're onto the short
What?
strokes now, Johnny.
I'm about to go to.
Yeah. Arr. Stop licking my head.
Want to line it up for me and for the GPS?
Yeah, you can do, because it is an odd angle, not straight up and down or anything. That's what I couldn't get to work on the GPS. Wouldn't show me that, you know, I did it the AB way.
Yeah.
Press A and then press B at the end of the line, but do it. That's why it took so long to start.
Why do I have this thing of grass that I can't cut? Oh, there it
Because
goes.
it's not there.
It's there.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Right, I'm at the dangle of the angle,
Thank you,
which
sir.
is 337.7, which you can't type in, so jump out, see how you go. You know how to set it to the angle of the tractor.
Yeah, heading, not direction, not heading.
Yeah.
She's got her.
Beautiful.
Yeah, next week you get yourself a beer and sombrero and sit up in the back of the deck up there, and I may be in by 6 o'clock.
Jesus. Well, it's 7 now. After. So
Yeah.
what's that time?
That's at 6 p.m. for me right now. 6:10.
Okay. So you'll be getting in when I leave.
Yep.
Because I don't think I'll be on this long.
Yeah.
I'll probably pop in, see what's to do, check the animals, and say, see you later. The boss ain't here. Taking the day off.
Don't plan on anything getting done. Don't even think.
If there's something to do, I'll do it. Even a contract, I'll do it. But if there ain't,
these silage contracts, even though this one's a biogas, I'm just going to default it again. But they are pretty lucrative.
Yeah, they are. Oh, any one of those are, mate. The any of the silage ones are. Doesn't matter what map you're on. You want to make money, you do silage bales or silage. They've nerfed it a bit from earlier versions. Some of the earlier versions you can make an absolute fortune off. Like
they need to nerf the silage and the grass in the next game.
Are you not listening to us?
I am.
We're trying to make money off this.
Yeah. You can make money off silage, even in real life.
Yeah, but the big problem I have with farm sim is they don't take the crop cost into consideration. You just get
problem with farm
you get too much grass.
Yeah, you do. But my biggest problem with farm sim and silage is they've taken it away from the cow menu, which is a big problem. Most cows, that's their staple diet. Most farmers feed cows silage and that's all.
Yep.
But they've taken that ability away. Ever since the beginning of animals were introduced, silage was up there. If you wanted another 10%, you had to make total mixed ration. But now they've taken the option away, given grasses 80% now instead of silage 80%. Where back in the day, grass was considered about 40%. Now they've bumped that to 80, take silage away. It's dumb. Most maps,
I just some of the console players.
Well, it could be.
I don't think it's console players. I just think in general, Giants are trying to make the game for everyone and letting the modders fill in, to make it more complicated. Like a lot of the season stuff they took out, which is kind of turned into animal extension mod, is kind of replaced it the grazing mod.
What? There was all this other bullshit too, like having to deliver water, having to cart your own milk. Like 13, that you had the milk truck. And I understand why they don't have the milk truck anymore, because people can place their own cow barns around, and the milk truck doesn't know it because it's got its own separate course with its own separate triggers, which are set when the map starts. Now I understand why they took those away. Now, Andy's thought is to always maintain farm sim wants to give you more to do. Hence, if you just had to make silage for your cows, it'd be too easy. That's why they say took it away and introduced total mixed rations as the way to go. So you have to do more in-game to please them. They don't allow automatic watering in the past because you have to cart water to the cows, which gives you more to do. The milk truck, they could have worked on that milk truck with placeable triggers and the root system of auto drive that you could put you in yourself, and you could still have your milk picked up. Maybe
auto drive will be built in, and along with Causeway, and you'll be able to collect your milk truck.
Yeah,
it won't be. It won't be.
But yeah.
And if they do build anything in, because basically
Jesus,
auto
I could have
drive.
stayed here, Jamie. These people are keeping me talking.
It's okay, Brummy.
But anyway.
I mean, Johnny.
Yeah, you. Get in that tractor. If that tractor has a Patterson seat, I would have jumped in it and slapped it. But yeah.
But none of that stuff is going to be into it in any capacity. I mean, they did put the field work thing, but they did put an auto drive-ish thing into the game that only works on default maps in a very specific, a very few modded maps that actually did everything correctly.
Yeah, if the modder builds it in their map, the AI go-to would work, but because a lot of map modders can't be bothered with all that shit, it doesn't.
Well, a lot of it's because Giants doesn't tell you how. They don't give you the requirements. Like, don't have any errors, but they don't give you any information on how to do any of that stuff. Everybody just kind of figures it out by reverse engineering what Giants does.
Yeah. And that thing about, you can do whatever mod you like, whatever map you like to a certain degree. Just don't have any errors. But that doesn't cover Giant. They're allowed to release mods maps that have errors. I mean, their default Elm Creek still has an error in it. And anyone that uses Elm Creek as their base to build from, which a lot do, that error is still in there.
Well,
the texture's too far away.
Yeah, and
I know where it is. So why don't they remove it? I've searched for that error and found it. Take that bit of texture away. But they don't. Because, do as we say, not as we do. And they can't knock that error back. If that error comes up on a modded map, they can't knock it back. And they don't. Because they know it's their error. That they could fix, but they can't be bothered. So, anyway, enjoy your evening, gentlemen. I hope you have a good night's sleep and a great day tomorrow. I'll catch up to you all soon.
All right, see you, mate.
Have a good night, Johnny.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
Have a good day.
Yeah, I better make tracks as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Work in the morning. Gotta go.
Yep.
People with a job.
I know. Inconsiderate bastards.
All right.
Is that going okay, Walter?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah.
Good.
Progress has been made.
Do you find that some are, harder work than others?
Oh, there's always different challenges, different jobs. We're putting a price in for one where there's virtually no parking, no garden space.
Right.
space at all, and the customer's going to live there at the same time. And I'm thinking, Jesus, do we want this job?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to not take
Is
those
that
kinds of
because it's a
jobs.
very narrow road?
It's got a very small front garden. It's on a T junction as well.
That sounds good, mate.
No.
Does not sound good.
Bit high.
Well, we need to work, so
Yeah,
we got the chance to get it. We'll get it.
we'll get it. Yeah. And then
Back
work
again
our
tomorrow
way
to have
through
a
it
look.
after.
Yeah, I've got digestate to haul this week.
You're going to put a full week in this week then?
You got what to pull this week?
Digestate.
Digestate. Oh, okay.
But we can't work Wednesday because it's Juneteenth and it's a holiday apparently.
I've heard of that. I've got no idea what it is.
No.
Oh, it's a Juneteenth is a Texas holiday because they kept fighting the Civil War after it was over because it took so long to get the mail down to Texas to tell them to stop fighting.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's the real short one sentence answer of what Juneteenth. They call it Juneteenth because nobody has a specific day.
Yeah.
Because it was Juneteenth, June something.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. Everybody was still fighting the Civil War after it was over in Texas because they didn't know the war was over.
Yeah. And they made it a public holiday.
Well, it's been a Texas holiday. And I don't know, last year or something, New York decided it needed to be a New York holiday because I don't know.
So they've adopted it.
Well, yeah, because they need another day off, and then
Yeah.
because all the ignorant people seem to think it's a black holiday. It's not a black holiday.
What's a black holiday?
It's a holiday for black people.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought you meant satanic or something.
No, it's like Kwanzaa. People think Kwanzaa's Black Christmas. No, black people celebrate Christmas just like all the other Christians.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe. Mexicans, very, very Catholic.
Yep.
The black community, very, very Protestant.
Yep.
Kwanzaa's an African holiday.
Yeah.
And most black people may have descended from Africa, but they're not Africans.
Yeah.
I hate to tell them that. We call them African Americans, but we have some African Americans like Elon Musk. He's an African American.
Is he really?
He's from Africa.
I didn't know that.
I'm going to say goodnight, guys. Catch you next week.
Okay,
Have a
mate.
good one.
Yeah.
All right,
Two.
see ya.
Have a good week, Walter. See
Oh.
you soon.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't remember what politician Elon Musk was endorsing, but he fired back and said, "I will take every African American vote I can get." I'm like, that guy is brilliant. It's probably Trump. It had to be Trump. It's like something Trump would say.
Yeah.
Because he's from South Africa.
Yeah.
What haven't I harvested? No, everybody just wants to play the race thing around here. It's so annoying.
Right.
I wasn't in the womb, and nobody gave me a calendar or a book or something and said, "Hey, here, pick the time you want to be born and pick what color you want to be and pick what location."
Yep.
None of us chose our lives.
No,
It just happened to us.
It just happened, yeah.
Yeah,
You turned up somewhere.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. I'm a white guy. Can't help it.
Yeah.
And I don't, blame anyone else for being whatever else they are, other than trans. That's your fault.
Right.
Nobody's born trans.
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe you are. It's called a mental disorder. And low June every year having to deal with the pride parades, and at least this year it's not as bad as it has been in the past. All these companies finally realize that nobody really wants that shoved in their face.
Yep. Yeah. I must admit, there's hardly been any advertising about it on the radio this year.
Well, after last year with Target and Budweiser and everybody else that just got, massive company losses, and now we're into a global recession. We're in a global recession that nobody can call a recession because it's an election year.
Yeah. In both countries as well.
Well, yeah. When's your guys's?
Yeah, how's it going now? July
Oh,
time.
oh,
I think
you
the
guys,
vote is.
you guys do them in the summer.
Well, they just call it when they want. You know what I mean? It's not a fixed thing.
Oh, because you guys, yeah, you're parliamentary.
The people that are in power, they pick when they want to go to the polls.
Yeah, because our elections are all
the
fixed.
government of the day picks the time that they go to the polls. So it can be any time of the year, really.
Well, so if you elect a prime minister, how good is his term? How long is his term?
4 years max.
No, I think it's 5.
5 for you, okay?
They can do 5 over here, but they don't normally do 5. It's normally 4 and a bit, because they normally call it before they're out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they normally call it a good few months before they're due to be going.
So do they kind of have the elections in like a fairly routine thing, or is it like we decide to have an election, let's do it?
Yeah, basically. And then what happens is they elect the ministers, yeah, from all around the country. And I think there's 365, they call them seats. So whoever gets the most number, so say someone gets 200, they will be in power. And providing that their prime minister is re-elected, then they're in charge of the government.
So do the ministers vote for the prime minister then?
No.
No.
They do vote for the prime minister, but only to elect him as head of the party. Yeah.
Leader of the party.
And then you vote for each minister depending on the area you're in. Like where my mum used to live, that was what they call Monk and Hadley. Whereas I now live in just up the road from there, but I'm in Hertsmere. So it's a different MP.
Yeah,
so the MPs get voted on. And if you're, whichever party you are, if you get like over 200, you're going to be in power.
So if you get a majority of one party, then
that's it. Then they form the government.
And how did they elect the prime minister then?
The prime minister's already been elected, right?
So he's the leader of the party, and as long as he wins his
he's
seat,
the leader of the party, providing he wins his seat. And normally, the prime ministers are in the seats that are like, haven't changed hands for 200 years. That kind of setup. So, providing he doesn't get unelected, then he will come in and run the government. But then, if he doesn't get elected, I don't know what happens there, because I don't think I've ever known anything like that happen.
If he doesn't get elected, sometimes one of the other that won their seat will step down, and they'll call a re-election for that ward or zone, and then he can run in there with a pretty good chance he's going to win that seat. But he or she has to be a member of parliament to be allowed to be the prime minister.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the prime minister is not like our president.
No, it's because you vote for the president, don't you?
Yeah, your prime minister is
like Trump or whatever.
Yeah, it's like our Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
Because every 2 years, 435 representatives from all the districts in the country,
right,
they all get elected,